Welcome to the pub, everybody. All right, we are live. Hey, look what we got. We got Bib, Mia, and me, Smokesteve, saying thanks on YouTube. And Greg Stark. What's up, Greg? Good to see you, man. Welcome, everybody. Got we got 5. All right, that's cool. That's chill. I see 2 in the chat, and to the remainers, yo, what's going on? Bib Mia throwing in a yo. I wonder if Mr. Yo himself is going to show up with a yo. It's possible, right? Well, welcome everybody. It's been hot as balls everywhere. Hot as a motherfucker all around. Here, we're in New England. It's been a heat wave going on 4 or 5 days here. Going right through tomorrow, through Monday probably. I haven't minded it. I've been able to stay cool enough. Hopefully all you Brits and Europeans and stuff are dealing with it all right. I know my southern fellas, like Mr. Last Dance right here, probably slightly melting right now. I don't know. Let me see. What do we got here still? We are at 84 at 7 o'clock. So yeah, we're still a bit roasty. Jesus, is that right? God damn, that's still hot for. Yeah, that's it. 84 still. What the fuck? 7 o'clock in the evening, 84 in New England. That is what you call hot for us, you know? You expect a 96, 98 during the day, but yeah, I know I'm live, you know. Yeah, Aphid what up, guy? My balls are sweaty. I hear you, man. Yep. I'm having a little rum. I got a new one. I'm going up in class here. Let me get this fucking weird straw shit. They put this weird, I don't know what the hell you would call it, straw on the bottle for some stupid reason. That's got to go. Here's what we're trying now. This is a new rum for me. Barbados, aged 5 years. Artisanal rum. And that's 1 drink's worth out of the top. As you guys know, I'm doing 50-50 rum and water. Hey, yeah, Sammy Cat's upstairs. And her niece is here visiting. So, hello, Sammy Cat, and hello, niece. They're cool. They're here. And they're welcome to join in. I have another chair and everything. But we all know that will never happen. Hey, Last Dance, what's going on, brother? Did I miss your hello? If I did, apologies. Good to see you, man. And he's on Twitch, too. Look at you. Yep, Sammy Cat niece. She's great. She walked down to the beach with us today. They walked as slow as any human beings have ever walked in the history of mankind. They're very slow walkers on the beach, but that's fine. Me and my little one, we kind of charged ahead. We were out in the surf doing some fishing. Got a nice tail slap from a striper, but I didn't get him. And she did some wave riding, which is always fun to watch kids figure out how to ride a wave. It's cool, man. I did it myself, so it's good to see that being passed on, you know. And the ocean is 60 degrees because I know that because this morning we were out on the boat, and this afternoon we were right on the beach, right where we were on the boat, out a quarter of a mile. So I know you were, wife. It's cool taking in the scenery. Yeah, you guys were fine. It was fine. We don't have to walk together, you know. And, you know, kids tend to be ready to go. Let's go. Let's get to the water, Dad. That sort of thing, you know. So I'm happy to accommodate her. And we've got a plan in mind to possibly do some swimming from the boat. We're thinking that maybe we want to do some swimming around the Great White Shark buoy. Now, it might sound suicidal, but the buoy only monitors if sharks happen to swim by at the moment. Now, granted, they put the buoy there because there is large amount of sharks that do swim in the area here, but I just feel like maybe that picture swimming next to the shark buoy, maybe a backflip off the front of the boat over the shark buoy, that would be something, I'll tell you. Um, just that's meme worthy. You make a meme, you may be dumb, but you're not swimming around a shark buoy dumb. Smokesteve doing a backflip over it. I don't know. We're working on it. You guys will see it if I do it. You'll be the first to find out. I'll premiere it here on the pub, maybe the photos. But yeah, I mean, 60 degrees out there, the ocean, it's still a little cold. You don't exactly want to go full bore just diving off of a boat into 60-degree water. You can still a little bit on the shocking side when it's 90 out. It could be a real swing for your body. So let it get up to 65 or so, which it will, maybe 68 by the end of August. Then that's warm seawater. We'll get right in that. Yeah, we had some good pina coladas earlier. I made a batch. Had some nice steak tips on the grill, chicken, a little rice, Caesar salad. Solid. It was a good morning on the boat, afternoon on the beach. Nice grill action. Can't go wrong. Cool people. Cheers, everyone up there. It was a good day. Today was a good day. And I didn't have to use my AK. Anyone know who that is? Just throw it out there. Looks like we got a lull in the chat here. Come on, people. Chat it up. Just kidding. You guys are good. Do your thing. Aphid's probably getting in the pool because it's still like, there he is. What lull? Exactly. Hump? What hump? Hey, look, it's Stephen Meadows. Don't know you, but welcome, my brother. Ice Cube, you got it, man. And that is kind of a good song. It's sneaky good, man. I love it. I like Ice Cube. He's cheesy, but I'll take it, good beats. Some good LA gangster rap back in the day. Health to the yeah. Yeah, I figured so. What the pool over there is probably the air temperature here, which is like 84, which is nuts, dude. Fucking guys, you guys got it hot over there. Major heat wave coming through right now. Maybe we can get into that tonight, I'm not one of these people who says, well, it's hot out. Hi, Steven. Good to see you, my man. Cheers, bro. I'm not going to go with it's hot out. That's global warming, like, oh, we got 2 blizzards in a row, global warming. It's not a reactionary thing like that. And I really don't like that sort of, yeah, there's a shot from the boat today. Boy, that's pretty. I would show you guys, but it won't do it justice holding the camera up to that. Hey, look at it. 101 still, dude? Come on, bro. You're only 6:09 there, right? You're an hour west of me in the time zone, so 90 plus at 5 a.m. for Grandy over there in Fort Lauderdale, maybe not, somewhere on the Atlantic side. I know that much. And welcome to Grandy. Welcome, Mr. X. Yeah, and your ocean is hot as fuck down there, dude. Mine's still, like I said earlier, 60 degrees, so we're still quite refreshing, but totally swimmable. From the beach, it's not bad. You ease into it, but diving into it from a boat in 40 feet of water, you want to be careful. 87 now. Yeah, not bad. That's almost where I'm at here. But it is true. You get used to it. It's the same thing in the winter, Early winter, cold feels a lot colder than late winter. And I think now I'm pretty used to the heat. It wasn't too bad today. It was most definitely tolerable. That's funny, dude. 80 plus ocean. Yep. That's and everyone take look of his notice of his awesome avatar of a fully grown aphid, I believe. Although it looks like a katydid to me with lips, aphid lip. I love it. Love to see anyone try to actually. Does it work? Can you fry an egg? They must have done it on a cheesy news story, right? Put an egg on pavement and see if it will cook. It's got to do it. It's an aphid. Okay, you know, you would know. I've to tell you the truth, I've never seen a fully grown green aphid. I've only seen the little white ones, which I think maybe are not the larvae, but they're juvenile. Hey, Blind Fury, what's up, brother? Global warming, yeah, on a long term um, question of whether we have any impact on like 100-year temperatures. I will admit that that is possible, but I do think that there is also a warming going on. But the question is humankind exacerbating it, making it worse, accelerating it, whatever you want to say? Um, it's, yeah, I would say I'm leaning towards possible. But I do think, as I said, that it is a natural climate cycle, which we know occurs here in the world. You know, so it's, I don't know. It's a tough one, man. I don't know if we can make a difference, and I don't know if it's feasible to. Is it a complete fucking fantasy that everyone's going to have electric cars in 5 years and we're going to be down to zero carbon emissions in 2050? Is that a total fallacy? It kind of seems like it might be, but yeah, there you go. Hey, what's up, Welshie? Good to see you, man. That's what I mean. I know that there are major cycles that go on here: ice ages, hot ages, mini ice ages. In fact, there was a mini ice age in the early, 1000s to 1500s in Europe. And that caused the ring density in the trees to be much tighter because growth was much slower. And just coincidentally, at that time, Stradivarius, the violin maker, had come into his own and started making instruments, violins, obviously. And the reason his violins were so great and the sound is so shocking and beautiful, the theory is the tight growth from the rings on the trees because of this mini ice age that occurred that may have been 5-10 degrees colder, who knows, whatever it was over so many hundreds of years, slowed the growth on the trees, caused tighter growth rings. And I think that caused a nice resonant effect on the violin, which carries a beautiful tune. Those are can go from anywhere from $500,000 to $5 million, depending on the quality of the instrument. Mr. Kill C1, welcome, brother. Good to see you, man. Good evening. And there was a few ladies; they still might be watching as well. No, yeah, that's a unusual sentence based Welsh. Not, I mean, Matt Grandy. I have never seen an aphid, but I never saw green parrots, lizards bulked up, iguanas, and no more camelinas. Shit is changing. One man's observation. I get what you're saying. I don't know what a camelina is, but I hear you. There's a lot of more invasive species now in Florida. And you got the pythons. You may not have seen them, but I'm sure you've heard of them. Fucking iguanas falling from trees when it's cold out in the winter. Oh, the cold front oranges. I could see that, man. It's like ice wine is a type of wine where they let the vineyards frost over once or twice and it um, raises the sugar in the grapes. Who are you talking to? What are you reading? Me? I'm reading the chat. Is there stuff that's not coming up for you there, Last Dance? Let me know. McGrandy said this. Maybe something going on with the chat here? Wow, weird. What did they... Nobody has had any swears. Okay, no worries, buddy. Top chat will get you every time. Fucking top chat, you know? You didn't see it because you're on top chat, based Welshman. I guess. I mean, what would be none of these comments? Oh shit, this is what you didn't see. Okay. Shit is changing. That's the one you missed. I get you guys. Because you have to be in now I already forgot it. Not top chat. Full chat? What's it called? I can't remember. Live chat. Thank Christ. Oh boy. Pack up a little Bon Jovi action here. A little bit of perps left here in the grinder. I don't know. Can you guys see that? You don't really pick up the purple on screen. Oh God. Some fell out. Dear Lord. Most caught. Win some, you lose some. All right, go ahead. Grab a Rolling Rock, McGrandy. All right, what do we got here? Blind Fury. Amateur wind turbine professional Blind Fury says, just kidding, buddy. Wind turbines only last 20 years and it can't be recycled and they bury parts. Wind turbines kill birds. I know that. I'm a bird watcher, dude. I've always loved a bird man, a bird nerd. There he is, Mr. Yo-Yo. Yeah, I know. I mean, I know wind turbines aren't great, but the technology is something. You know, I'm not against it. But I agree, I don't want to fucking mow down every bird that flies by. The tips on those things are going hundreds of miles an hour because they're so long. In fact, there's one a couple towns out from here that's, I think, got to have 200-foot long or 100. I don't know what they are, but when you stand underneath that thing and you hear them cutting through the wind, they're just absolutely flying through the air. It's unbelievable, those turbines. Javelinas, yeah. Those, I didn't realize those were in Florida. I thought that was a South Texas thing. And I know it's a South Texas thing. I didn't realize they had them in Florida. Skunk pig, they call that. Not many people will eat the javelina. Certainly not you, Last Dance. But the some that will definitely have to have a strong stomach. Skunk pig. That really does sound appetizing to a guy like me. I smoke skunks with my peep all day. Yeah, right, I know, huh? They bring everything else there and let them go. Somebody let go of fucking snakehead years ago. Some quote-unquote certain race market, you guys can fill in the race, was selling live snakeheads, and somebody bought one and fucking let it go. I don't know if you guys know the damage that those things have caused, but it's terrible. I just made that up earlier, that tuning. It's pretty cool, right? It's open. See, I'm not pressing anything on the neck. So you can pick the major notes of that scale. So lots of fourth fret if you guys stretch it. Think about music. Oh, I think you guys can hear how that all works. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, cool. Based Welshman, I'm sure that's a good one. I've seen, everyone's seen those guys who throw the fucking balls off of like the 2,000 foot tall dams and you get that weird drift effect. Pretty cool stuff. Hey, John Grammaticus, how you doing, man? Welcome, Johnny boy. Midnight plus 22 over there for you, and English bottle cap. What are you talking about? It all works pretty good for me. Smiley face. I like it. Whatever works, works. Man, it is hot in here. It's damn rum. Haven't seen our buddy Biscuit. Hopefully, the man is doing all right. Hopefully, he is well. It's good. I might have to get back into the joints, fellas. I feel a change is coming on. Got the papers. Got some good cannabis. Oh, my guitar. Thanks, buddy. That's nice to hear. I didn't want to assume that that's what you meant, English bottle cap. So I was trying to, be a little coy, like, hey, what do you mean, man? What exactly? But I thought that's what you meant. And thank you. It's nice to hear that. I'm happy to play for myself, I live in an area where people do walk by, get to the ocean to get to the store or whatever. And when they walk by, occasionally I'm outside on the deck playing guitar. I'm not shy about ripping some tunes off as people walk by. Yeah, there's always going to be College Bong, okay? And maybe College Bong's big brother, Grad Student Bong, will be making an appearance at some point too, wife. Yeah, should I get Grad Student Bong going here? That thing's huge. And it's not set up, so I can't. I can't even tease it. It's not ready to go. All right, here we go. So, the sequence of the last shows, if anyone's listening to me out there, I had 1 week, which was, I'm going to say 4 weeks ago. I didn't do a pub. Then I did a pub. No, it was 3 weeks ago. I didn't do a pub. Then 2 weeks ago, I did do a pub. Then last weekend, I did not do a pub again. Somewhere in there, I had acquired the COVID. It wasn't that bad. I had about 12 hours of headache, horrendous headache, splitting, and I just wanted to lay in my bed with the lights off because of the headache, but really not too much else. That was a Saturday that I was going to do the pub, and I had a last minute cancellation. Yeah, it was COVID, man. And I didn't know it. I thought I was dehydrated. Dumbass that I am. I never felt like it before in my life. And I'm like, yep, I feel weird. Must be dehydrated. Headache. Yeah, fucking COVID. Found out the following Tuesday. That would have been over the 4th of July weekend. Got the bucket flowing in the pub on YouTube. Happy days. What's the bucket, bro? Is that like a bucket of beer? You have a huge glass. I know it means something to do with drinking. I know, migraine, but then I tested positive, bottle cap. I never had a migraine in my life, bro. Hey, I just mentioned him. Who's that right there? I think I'm doing a Bill Clinton impersonation. I'm going to go take a piss outside, grab some alcohol. Then we're going to get this thing popping off. So join in, whoever's out there. COVID monkeypox. That's funny. Certainly could have been a migraine. Could have been dehydration and COVID. Could have been everything. I was outside working the brush hog and fucking 90 degrees, dude. It was stupid. I was dehydrated as well on top of everything. And that could have provoked the headache, caused the headache, whatever. All right, we're going to get this going. Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. And you?
Very well, thanks. How's everything? How's life? How's your health?
Going good. I've lost 4 stone so far.
Nice. So that's 56 pounds. That's great.
Yep. And I got surgery, which would now be tomorrow.
Damn, huh? On a Sunday?
No. It's now Sunday here.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay. Monday. Right. Yeah. Touche, my friend. Yeah, you're totally right. Hey, good luck. And at this point, like any of the butterflies, I would think would be gone. You're just like, let's get this fucking thing going here.
I'm just anxious to get them to fucking start doing it.
Right. I mean, one thing's for sure, you're going to be used to eating light because that's what you've been doing. So it shouldn't be a problem.
I had just under 500 calories today.
No kidding, huh? That's a light day.
Yep.
I mean, I eat lightly, but I go a little crazy at dinner. I can go light all day long, but
I normally have about 800, 900 calories, but I forgot to have breakfast, so there's 300 calories missing out my day.
That's an easy meal to skip. I don't get hungry until lunch, but
No.
But these nutritionists probably want you to eat early to get everything moving.
To get my metabolism moving, kind of thing.
Makes sense.
I just were playing Breath of the Wild on my Switch and forgot about breakfast.
What's the name of the game?
Zelda, Breath of the Wild.
They still make Zelda games?
Yeah.
Oh, God. My original Legend of Zelda. I love that game. The top view. It was looking straight down.
Yeah. I used to play it on Game Boy.
Oh, that was so fun. Hard, too. Let me add in Mr. Zelda himself. What's up, Last Dance? How you doing?
All right.
Zelda was the princess. Link was the character.
Link, that's right. Hey, what was that in the cup, dude? That looked funny.
That's poorly poured Guinness.
Oh, cool. You're on a light beverage cocktail kind of, but you're having one?
Yep, exactly. I'm being more careful about how much I drink and saving it for the pub.
I can't remember when the last time I actually had alcohol. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been months for you. Assuming that Saturdays were your big day, you haven't had them on here for a really long time.
That was the last time I had a drink. Was the last time I had one on here.
Right, that was the night before you were starting your cleanse, I guess.
That's right, yeah. So
Liver reduction.
It'll be 2 months then, won't it?
Mm-hmm. And no issues? It hasn't been...
Well, I'm not a massive drinker anyway, so it's
Right.
no problem.
Right. More of a binge guy.
Yeah. As long as I can get something slightly carbonated, like this sparkling water.
There you go.
Flavored.
Yeah. I hear you. So I have someone down below who's called Cool Guy, and I get a very strong, like porn or gay porn vibe from him. So,
But then, by all means, put them on.
not gonna let you in, Cool Guy. Although,
Especially at first half hour kind of thing when YouTube's still watching.
right, Cool Guy, you have to show yourself on camera and give me a nice wave and a couple peace signs to confirm that you're not gonna porn me, which I think you are. Pay for the Nintendo pension fund. Huh. Here, what do we got? It's 251. Who's 251? Is that Topple?
Well, he could say he's 251, but if he really was 251, he would say he was 215.
Right. 215. I thought it looked funny.
Can't slip one by you, Steve.
I meant
See you later,
215.
buddy. Bye. It's great to see you. Bye. All right, some of the ladies are leaving.
For the record, I bought my Switch on Tick.
What did you get?
On the Tick. It was on. I bought it on finance.
What did you buy?
The Switch, Nintendo Switch.
Oh, Switch. No kidding.
Yeah.
Huh?
I pay a tenner a month for it.
What is
What
that?
is it?
50 months? It's $500, right?
24 months.
It's a Switch. It's a new Nintendo system.
Oh.
I think, does it stand vertically? Is that how?
It can do, but you can just handheld it.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, it looks pretty trippy. I don't think that's Topple, right?
You could just put them on. Come on, don't be fearful.
All right.
That isn't. I do not think that's Topple. No.
Okay. We beat him, I guess, on that one. Or he wasn't ready. I don't know. You don't think he'd put Richard Simmons there?
You never Topple. I don't know. That's not typically what I would expect to see there.
And it usually would be Cool Guy 215.
Exactly.
And he said 251.
I mean, I'm interested just in seeing what he does, but I know you're
I don't really care.
you're not quite as adventurous.
Yeah, at this point, it doesn't really matter.
Probably, I can't believe it matters. I mean, it's a public, it's a public thing, and there's lots of public channels, and people pop on, and you can't know what they're going to do.
Now, he's not showing himself, but he's saying, put me back on, so I know he's not him. He's got to show me the camera off cam here. I want, if that's the only way it's going to work.
Okay.
I have to. I mean, Topple would just put himself on. I know Topple.
Right.
He wouldn't do this cagey shit,
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, whatever. Hey, what do you think about Biden getting the coves?
Well, I'm not surprised. I mean, what's funny is they're not talking about who they think he got it from or when he got it.
Apparently, they don't know. I mean, what do you think about the optics of him giving whatever Mohammed bin Salamando, whatever the fuck his name is, the fist bump? Yeah, I thought it was pretty bad.
That was It was terrible. I mean, totally unforced error.
I mean, that was a really bad optic, really bad look. I don't understand. He's basically going, "You got any gas, bro? You got any gas? Like, can you help us out here?"
I mean, ultimately, it doesn't really matter. But still, you're right. It's Biden got cancer. I guess he was giving some news conference or discussing something, and he said he got cancer from something. I mean, he's always confused these days.
They clarified that fairly quickly. That right away that he was mistaken or misspoke or something. But
yep, must have been that stutter.
Yeah. That has seemingly gotten worse as he's gotten older.
Yeah, that stutter's getting worse.
Yeah, it's. I mean, he's not that good. He's pandering to one side regarding global warming, and then he's over there fist bumping the Saudi Arabia guy, fucking obviously because he wants gas, he wants oil.
Oil, yeah.
Right? It's like, give me a break. What do you do here? We are to the environmentalists. We're at a precipice. We're at the breaking point for the environment. Like, this is it. Are we gonna go in that direction and supposedly save the world, or is it?
The environmentalists, they don't really care. If they cared, they would be pushing for nuclear power. Because that really is that's one thing that can make a difference, that we know how to do, and it scales up. You can replace fossil fuel power generation with nuclear power. But just the opposite. They're doing what they can to agitate against it. Not just in the U.S., but definitely in the U.S.
Exactly. It's I don't know. Do you think we're at this precipice for this decision, you guys? Like for the world, for the environment?
I don't know. Who could really know? I don't really know. But I think things are pretty bad. I tend to believe, a lot of those claims that we're in the middle of
human
caused greenhouse gas
accelerated even.
Yeah, the greenhouse effect.
Even if it's not greenhouse effect, the pollution that we're putting out is not good for our health.
Right. I mean, I would love to see nuclear power plants replace fossil fuel power plants, and then after that, we can replace nuclear plants with something better, like wind or solar, if those are really great, or fusion, if that's better. But
I mean, they did some quite extensive research on molten salt reactors, which are even safer than liquid cooled.
Yeah, actually, it wasn't that bad. I mean,
there's an argument against you, English bottle cap. There, last dance.
No, Fukushima was not that bad for the environment compared to global warming, which will.
Do you know how many people have died due to nuclear compared to fossil fuel?
No.
Well, wouldn't that be impossible to calculate?
All of them that died was from the one in Ukraine. I forgot. Chernobyl.
Yeah.
And I think it was like 4 or 5 died in that.
Right.
And that's it.
Yep.
Well, I mean, theoretically, you're saying just from nuclear meltdowns, not from anything nuclear, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Marie Curie died of radiation poisoning from handling uranium.
Right. And there was Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Those are
right.
Yeah, that's different. That was intended killings of nuclear.
That was letting out.
That was a meltdown.
All the energy for like 20 years of electricity in 1 millisecond.
Yeah,
basically, Which is amazing that they can control it. They can control it in one place, and in the other place they can make literally turn a city into hell with the same technology.
I don't
fission,
think
fusion.
I don't think it's exactly the same technology because they have certain rods that
No, it's
let the
totally
reaction.
different, but they're
Yeah,
along the same lines. Maybe,
it's using the same chemistry of the radioactive material.
right.
They
In one
just,
of
they
them,
just let it run off really quick in a bomb.
they basically use it to boil water to create steam to turn turbines to create electricity. I believe it's fairly simple.
That's right. Yeah.
As long as there's enough millions of gallons of water to cycle through to keep it cool, it's a fairly flawless operation. Obviously, the other one, the bomb, they have the chunk in the middle, and they have all these timed explosions that are supposed to go off at the same time towards the center thingy, whatever it's called, right?
That's
And
the
that,
implosion design. Yeah.
right, that causes the. I don't know what other designs there are. What other designs are there?
I mean, they're all basically, there's a certain critical mass that when it's brought together will chain react, and so all the designs have the critical mass separated. The other one is just one half here and one chunk here, and there's an explosive at this end, and it's all in a gun barrel, and the explosive goes off. It's like basically a bullet that fires the mass, half the mass into the other half, and they go critical, in an instant. It doesn't make it because it reacts, right about here and explodes.
Man, that is crazy. Building that thing must be fucking. You must be shaking, thinking putting that thing together, right?
Don't drop it.
Right. I mean, talk about volatile things. Like they literally on contact can explode. On anything.
I think they need a bit more force than just dropping it, though.
Right.
Well, because if it doesn't have more force, then it will get critical, like here, and it'll just blow apart. So.
And I believe they are on, at least for the kind they used in Japan, they were on an altimeter, right? So they went off at like 1,000 feet or something like that above the city.
They were both detonated in the air by probably an altimeter, right?
So that caused more of an effect. Is that correct?
Well, if you think of the blast as producing a sphere of destruction, you don't. If it wait till it hits the ground, half that sphere is underground, and it doesn't have.
Right.
It doesn't kill as many people. I hate to say it. So if you do it above ground, you kind of get, the bottom of the sphere destroys a bunch of stuff, and then the other stuff goes out that way, and a whole bunch does go up in the air, and it's just terrible. Nobody gets killed with the stuff that goes up in the air.
Right. That goes into the atmosphere and
right.
thousands of miles in all directions.
Yeah. Although during testing of our nukes, we of course detonated far, far, far more.
I don't think the fallout lasts quite as long as it would if a nuclear reactor melted down, though, does it?
There's typically no fallout in a nuclear reactor meltdown. Yeah. There's a little bit because the steam explosion will launch debris in the air.
Yeah, you get radioactive material everywhere, don't you?
Well, I do know this much. There's very many atolls that you are not supposed to go on for hundreds of more years because,
right.
We blew shit up on them. And then we had our Navy guys standing in ships offshore, like looking at it with like sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Then they would do tests on them to see what happened, like from 1 mile, 5 miles, 10 miles, whatever it was. Like they weren't trying to kill them, but definitely a little bit of human guinea pig going on there.
Well, they were actually training them to fight in a nuclear war environment, and
it's crazy.
First step is detonate the bomb on your enemy. The second step is to the troops to wait 20 minutes and then charge and take the ground that's just been nuked.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Plant the flag. So, but you learn things slowly, and that was the way things were in the 50s and the 60s, and people got smarter about what you could do and what you could do. And
sure.
Weapons became more accurate, so everything.
ICBMs.
ICBMs, right?
Reminds me of a great movie comedy, of course, from the 80s, Spies Like Us. I mean, as I would think somebody in that industry would have watched that and laughed their asses off when they're taking the special service test or the foreign service test or whatever and cheating off of each other. Oh my god, I love that movie.
Modern nukes are much less powerful than the ones from the 50s and the 60s
Right.
because the accuracy of the missiles is so great that you need a smaller nuke to achieve the same destructive, destroying a target.
Yeah. What about the hydrogen bomb? One of them, the it was the Russian one,
The Russian one, yeah.
the biggest one ever blown up. It was
Yeah. 55 megatons or so.
They blew it up in
The
Siberia,
good thing about,
right?
The good thing
Yeah,
about
it might
the
have
good
been.
thing about a hydrogen bomb is it's nice, clean explosion.
No, it can be, but they can make them very dirty.
Huh. Intentionally more radioactive?
Absolutely, they can make them dirty, clean, anywhere in between.
I remember that was a thing too that we all were worried about at one time here in the U.S. was these dirty bombs. Obviously, not dirty hydrogen bombs, but
Well, do you remember the so-called neutron bomb?
yes,
That's a very dirty nuclear bomb. That's why it doesn't destroy much infrastructure, but it nukes the hell out of everything. So
it fries people basically like
right, and that way you can when you're all done, you can wait a few hundred years and then drive up and claim the land as your own. I guess I don't really know what the theory of the neutron bomb was, but
how long are the neutrons hanging around, floating around over there, waiting to kill somebody? Like hundreds of years?
no, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what the proposed chemical situation was for that. There's different radioactive elements that result from fission, and
Yeah, you would almost think.
these physicists can mix and match, I guess, and make things do what they want. So I'm not really sure what the whole deal there was with that.
It was sort of like the space race, but the bomb race. Like they were just kind of building like crazy destructive shit in the 50s and 60s, I think, as kind of almost like a propaganda thing, I would imagine. Like, look at this, the Sara Bomba, which I think is what it was called, TSARA, which was that biggest bomb ever. Like, clearly they're just doing that kind of as an intimidation thing, also as a national patriotic sort of
Nationalism,
thing.
yeah.
Nationalism, but
Yep.
no real use. I mean, all the way into the 80s, we were kind of freaked out about the whole nuclear war thing.
Well, pretty much until the fall of the Soviet Union, but now we're right back in the shit again. If probably worse than ever.
Yeah, where's Boris Yeltsin when you need him?
Extremely dead.
Yeah, I know. But what do you think about the theory of Putin possibly having some kind of a cancer or bloating in the face? Have you guys heard this sort of thing?
Yeah, I've heard that. It just all sounds like wishful thinking to me.
According to on news, they said that they said he's far too healthy.
Okay.
Hey, Lee Howells.
I've heard. Hey, it's Lee. Holy shit. Cool. What does that sentence mean?
Is red mercury real? I don't know.
Okay. Oh, he's going to give you some of his James Bond questioning again.
Okay, well, I don't know what red mercury is.
Well, that was.
I've only seen silver mercury. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Hey, who hasn't? When you were a kid, you try to hold the thermometer over the burner on the stove, and it blows up, and mercury is all over the place and behaving strangely. And I remember touching it as a kid. It's transpermeable. It's poison. Dangerous.
I played with it as a kid too, and now
a woman died with a mercury poison just by touching it.
No kidding, huh?
Just a tiny drop landed on her hand and she died.
I'm gonna look up red mercury. That sounds interesting.
And I think she had gloves on at the time, and it went through the gloves into her skin.
Yeah. I know there was a creation of nuclear weapons. Wow, look at this guy, huh? Lee Howells knows his shit. There was a situation in a college laboratory, like a grad level lab in one of the Ivy League type schools in the U.S., where a kid opened a jar and put his nose right in it and smelled it and died. And then, well, what could do that? Maybe some kind of a chlorine gas?
Possibly, yeah. Even if you just put two, like a bleach and
An ammonia.
an ammonia together, and the off-gassing can kill you
Right.
if you ingest it.
There's probably a lot of ways you could. A lot of different substances that could be.
Apparently, the way you're supposed to hold it like 12 to 14 inches from your face and go like this to like waft some of the scent towards you, which is the way not to kill yourself, I guess, in a lab. And this guy did that and died. And then supposedly the lab technician did the same thing and died. So this I remember being told in my college level chemistry class. And I always wondered, is that real, or are they just telling us that because they want to scare us? Because so we don't stick our faces in a.
I imagine it's possible.
It's possible, right? It probably happened.
That's why they have extraction hoods for chemicals like that.
Exactly.
If it didn't happen, they would tell you the story to scare you, though. So
exactly.
Either way, you're going to get the same story.
Right. That was like a Bio 100 level class, which was like 300 plus kids. That's where you get rid of the losers. And that's a tough course. I swear to God, Bio 100 and 101 is harder than the intricate levels of biology because they cover everything. You know, when you're dealing with animal or, just plant or who knows what it might be, but when you're dealing with the broad spectrum class where they're trying to weed out the students, I think those are the harder classes.
That sounds like GCSE level in UK.
Okay.
Because they'll literally do a broad spectrum of biology.
Uh-huh. Essentially, they give you like 2 chapters to read a week. If you don't read them all like 3 or 4 times.
I redid my biology, chemistry, and physics about 6 years ago. And me and this lasset back at class, we just pissed ourselves laughing when he was talking about telomeres, how plants grow towards the sun.
Oh yeah.
But he drew like this plant that looks like a penis, a slightly bent penis, and we just burst out laughing. And like half an hour later, we were still laughing.
Yeah, that's great. I love it.
Just one of the things I remember from that class.
All right, let me see what is Real Live Radio saying here. Hey, we got 24 watching. That's killer. Let's revisit the chat while you guys decipher his strange sentences here. Carol Collins, Johnny Grammaticus, everybody, Lee Howell, get on here. Aphid Lips in the pool, or who knows what he's doing, chasing the dogs. But that's cool. It's fucking terribly hot there. But Grandy, join in. Hey, Carol, jump on if you want. Even you, Real Live Radio. Probably have a microphone. Join in, homeboy. Just good to see everybody. All right, back to the conversation. Thank you. Sorry. Got to tend to it once in a while. Crazy. Right on. So has it cooled down there for you?
Yeah, it's like just over 20 degrees, about 70 Fahrenheit.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So
it was 105 at height.
What was the high today?
The height today was about probably 25, maybe 74, something like that.
That ain't bad, dude. You're
We literally had 2 days of like 38 degrees and 40 degrees.
No kidding, huh? So that heat went over to Italy, right?
It came from Italy, I think.
No, it went to Italy.
No, it can't go south because all the hot weather comes from the south.
Okay. That's
when
nuts.
it comes from the north, our temperatures plummet.
All right, we have a topple here, 1215. Now this looks more like him, but
The other guy was, I believe, clearly not Topple. I think you correctly sussed out that was
I
a
think it was him.
pretender.
He
now
said his
look,
camera's broken.
look in the private chat though. Now topple
He's
215.
carrying on.
Yeah,
No, it's not him. You see in the private chat, he misspelled don't.
or
Like-
doubt. Don't trust me. I mean, you could put him. You could put him on. I don't really care. I just think it's not him.
It's not him. And I'm not gonna topple. I'm not gonna do it, guy. I wonder why Richie Allen's been off air. Huh.
What air is he normally on?
I don't know. Is it a pay service in the UK to watch him or to listen to him?
Podcast? I don't know.
I think it's free, isn't it?
What's he on?
He's got his own website.
It's off his website? Okay.
So his broadcast is free? How does he make money?
Ads, I guess.
Patreon also, maybe something like that. Who knows? YouTube.
Yeah.
Although that guy seems to get kicked off of everything he goes on.
I think that's why he just resigned himself to his own website. I've only seen it once because Hayden plugged it.
That's the real dude. Nobody's getting that avatar. That's the real fake topple. What I can't even.
So it's
All right.
not him. Wow.
Now
Yeah,
that's actually him, but that's not him in the picture.
Right.
Surprisingly.
And that's not him in the private chat asking to come on.
Right. It's crazy. An imposter. Yeah, totally somebody who's impostering or imposing, I guess. I don't know. Hey, McGrandy, get your ass on here. Living in 7 minutes in the past. It's fine. We need bodies. Do it.
Evading being served, no doubt. Boy, I think McGrand is already well lubricated.
Yeah, he's 12 rolling rocks into the rapids at this point.
I think he is.
Which is cool, man.
Absolutely.
Oh, did I show you the new rum, dude? Now that you're not drinking rum.
Yeah, that looks tasty.
Barbados, 5 years.
Get out, Diesel.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at me showing the two non-drinkers here. Like, jeez, I'm sorry, guys. Dick move.
Hey, it's not a big problem. I'm not bothered. I'm fine with my sparkling flavored water.
Right. I mean, it's not like seeing a bottle is going to turn you into some raving fucking werewolf.
What would be a dick move is showing me a big slice of cheesy pizza.
Well, I tell you,
I am missing pizza so much.
I did it on the grill last night, and when you get to a place where you can do pizza again, I'll let me give you my grilled pizza recipe. It's fabulous. We make the dough from scratch.
I won't be eating pizza again until I'm under 15 stone.
15 times 14, so you're looking at somewhere around 200, 220. Is that right?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Good man. I mean, you're not supposed to. You're right. You're not going to give yourself cheat days for a while.
No.
Okay. I like it. I like the spirit, bro. That's
I'm going
awesome.
to stick to what the diet the surgeons give me, and I'll just stick to it religiously.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not? You're going under the knife. It's not like
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. Good. I like the commitment, man.
It's got to be done. Because next
it's,
year, in summer next year, I want to go wild camping in Scotland.
No kidding, huh? Remote camping?
Yeah,
That's what we call it here.
just taking backpacks and trains and my daughter with me as well. We'll just go for a month in wilds of Scotland.
That's killer. Yeah,
sounds great.
I mean, you do it in the summer, right? So weather shouldn't be an issue.
It'll absolutely be gorgeous.
You'd have some sort of a route planned out that you could walk to stores.
That's one thing I'm not going to do. I'm just going to go to Inverness, I think, and just go around and find somewhere to pitch, move on next day, just keep walking.
I like it. And you're going to have to, dude, you gotta start watching Survivor, man. This guy's
I,
awesome.
I watch a guy called Camping with Steve in Canada.
All right, yeah, Survivor Man's Canadian, so that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Canadians know their shit, and
Oh,
there's a few things.
Camping with Steve does not know his shit. He literally camps in laybys, roundabouts, and all sorts.
Mm,
He just finds somewhere that's secluded and just camps there for the night, cracks a beer, and has fun.
I like it. One of the coolest inventions in the last 10 years, or maybe a little longer, it's one of these filtration straws. They were originally called survival straws. You can put them in pretty much any water and drink through them. They have a filter inside the straw, and you can drink any water that you find. Now, of course, that's a good route to go with, but the ultimate is to get fairly clear, clean stream water and bring it to a boil for 5 minutes.
That's what I plan to do.
But the survival straw is like always good to have on backup, you know?
Yeah.
Especially if it's flowing water, you know it's probably clean unless there's a dead cow like a mile upstream.
Yeah.
Always a possibility.
I'll be fetching some cheesecloth and just straining the water and then boiling it.
There you go. That's killer, man. Yes, I love it. It's a great idea.
Yeah. It's on my bucket list, so I've got to do it.
That's awesome. Have you been?
His wife.
She's a sweetie. Have you been to Scotland before?
Yeah, but it was rather more luxurious. I had a log cabin at Christmas.
Damn.
And I went kayaking in Loch Ness.
Oh, cool. Beautiful.
On Christmas Eve, it was freezing, but it was fun.
How was the loch? Did you see anything?
No, not really.
Did you get that feeling that like it's a supernatural type place?
No, not really. I mean, it was beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
There was a lovely castle on the side of the lake.
Not many have seen the monster, but the monster has seen many.
Right.
I saw a few jumping fish.
I tell you what, those awake from a boat that's gone by 5 minutes ago will still leave a little bit of a snake-like shape in the ocean. Yeah. I see it all the time. And you could easily mistake that for the wriggling body of some kind of a sea serpent, you know? Total bullshit. There is no Loch Ness monster.
There's plenty of seals in Loch Ness, though.
There you go. I've heard of that. And there's no seal fucking monster in Lake Champlain they call Champy. And there's another one supposedly in Canada. I can't remember its name. Definitely nothing living in a lake like that. The only thing, I don't know. I'm starting to doubt the whole Bigfoot thing. I don't think there's anything in the whole cryptozoology.
Wait, you're only just starting to doubt.
Dude, it's crazy. Like, I respect some of these guys online who've, like, supposedly said they've seen it. I really respect them as survival guys, but I just can't believe they would drop everything to just shield this fake Bigfoot story.
I've seen video footage of bears walking on the back legs. I mean, that could easily be misconstrued as a Bigfoot.
It's true, but I'm talking real mountain men, guys who spend years in the wild, you know, survivalists who've seen this shit. It would be hard for them to mistake a bear walking on its its two legs, bipedal, I guess, right? We all saw did you see what Last Dance posted? The bear that sees itself in the mirror in the forest?
No, I didn't see that.
It's fucking walking around on two legs. It's the strangest thing. Its legs are like this long in the bottom with this body that's like 5 feet long and these tiny arms on top. It's just so awkward looking. I can't see myself seeing that and going, well, there's Bigfoot. I saw it, you know? I don't know. What the fuck's going on with these guys seeing these things, man? You guys just think it's total mass hysteria, mass hallucination, bullshit, whatever you want to call it?
I wouldn't say mass hallucination because not many people have actually seen it.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I lump it in the same category as UFO and alien sightings and abductions.
See, but the likelihood of there being a UFO is far higher because there's so much more that's unexplored.
Mm.
The world is pretty small now. We're really realizing we're all connected here. And to have this 7 fucking foot thing walking around out there with no body, no nothing besides an occasional stamp in the ground that could have been made by anything.
I mean, the amount of America that's been traversed, you would think there'd at least be one dead Bigfoot body
Right.
somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say there's no chance, but I'd be willing to say there's no chance.
Maybe the Himalayas. Maybe.
At least with the Loch Ness Monster, in the Loch Ness, it goes so deep, and there's caverns and there's places
Right.
for it to hide while it's been is it sonar?
Well, does it have lungs? Did those dinosaurs have lungs, or did they have gills?
No, they didn't have gills. They were very similar to crocodiles.
So then these underwater caves would only last for 5, 10, 15 minutes till they needed to breathe again.
They'd have air pockets.
They also, the caves also go above the water level.
Yeah.
You can only get to them by going underwater.
So you think that's where the damn thing lives, up in the caves?
If it's real.
Yeah.
It's much more plausible than Bigfoot.
Let's put it this way. If there is a Loch Ness Monster, I hope nobody ever finds it so that it can live out its life in peace, because once someone finds it, it's all over for it.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to put them in this order. Most likely UFO. Second most, some sort of a bipedal Bigfoot. I'd go Loch Ness Monster last on that list.
Wow.
No,
I'd put Loch Ness Monster at the top.
Yeah, I would go UFO would be the farthest thing at the bottom.
Yeah.
No kidding, huh?
Well, no, UFOs are an actual thing because they are literally, but an alien.
Well, I mean, an alien, aliens from another
All right, let me change
planet.
that. Something living somewhere else in the universe is highly likely.
Much more likely.
I will agree that that's a reasonable thing, but
It could be microscopic.
right, we could have just killed the only living thing in the other thing in the universe by one of our Mars landers landing right on top of it. It's just one little microbe. That was it, and we killed it.
Exactly. There we go. Hey,
Well,
Lee, how you been, Lee?
Hey,
Yeah, good.
Lee.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm on. Yeah.
Speaking of Loch Ness Monster, it's Lee Howells.
Yeah, very good. Thank you very much. Yeah,
Good.
As Biscuit was saying earlier, at the beginning of the week was extremely hot, so I finally gave in and went out and got an AC unit. So
Ooh.
the girls were
And
happy.
now it's no use at all.
Yeah, exactly. 400 quid, and I'll use it once every 10 years. It's ridiculous.
Oh, but if you use it once every 10 years, it won't work.
Yeah, that's
when you go to use it.
That's almost like $500 something. How many British thermal units did that thing pack, or how many tons? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know. All I know is it went down to 16 degrees Celsius, and like the family were happy now because it's like the house was cool.
When you bought it should have said like 8,000 or 9,000. Is it BC or BTU?
I don't know what I didn't look.
Was it a room unit or an outdoor unit?
Yeah, it's got the pipe that comes off the back. Which
Oh,
is
okay, so it's one of those.
But yeah.
So it's a
It'll be probably
freestanding with the
9,000.
flexible hose.
Yeah. But I gotta say, it was brilliant. It was brilliant.
I was thinking about buying one, but because I've got those windows that push out and I ain't got them sliding windows, you have to get a special like cover that goes around that window, and I don't.
Right. Yeah, you can get like plinths almost that then will slot
Yeah,
in
they don't
through the
work
gap.
on. They don't work. You got to literally unhook everything and then shut your window when you're done.
Right,
I
okay.
wanted something that I could just close the window, leave set and done.
Right, I see what you mean.
You could fabricate something.
Yeah, you could.
They do a
Easy.
fabric
Cheap money.
like wrap that goes around the window, and you can still close the window.
Yeah.
And it's got like a zip that you just undo and then put the pipe through and then zip it tight.
Yeah. Well, talking about heat, I heard you talking about global warming earlier on, and like I said, I'm not sure whether I don't know whether I really believe in it. But one thing that's very interesting is that when you look at whenever you're shown the orbits of the planets, it's always like it's going around the sun. But forget to point out that the Earth actually goes around the sun in an ecliptical orbit, so it gets very close, then goes right out, then comes back again. Hence the reason we have an ice age, which was due in about 80,000 years. So I just think it's just the planet behaving the way. All right, we might add a degree or two with what.
That's the question, Lee. Are we contributing to it?
But minimal. It's got
a degree or two could be fairly substantial.
Changing the ocean by 1 or 2 degrees can absolutely decimate the entire ocean.
Yeah. I know it sounds selfish, but to me, I'm not worrying about it. We're here for a blink of an eye, so let's not worry. Let's just enjoy ourselves while we're here. It could create a lot of employment in the future trying to solve all these problems. So,
do you have an electric car?
No, I don't. I don't want an electric car.
My neighbour over at Road just bought a brand new model. Is it Model Y? I think it's a Tesla Model Y. It's cool.
Yeah. Are there? I guess I don't know if electric cars are big in the UK or in the rest of Europe.
There's a lot of them around.
I don't see them very often around here.
Do you ever see the electric Mustang, the E-Mount?
I have never seen it.
Those things are, it's a cool concept Ford came up with. They group it in with the Mustangs, which are still kind of a badass gas guzzler. So it's a Mustang Mach-E. It's $40,000 and it runs for 280 miles on a full charge.
I think the most
decent
popular one here is probably a Prius.
Full electric, not hybrid.
That's a hybrid.
Yeah, no,
right.
But that's the most popular that's in that category.
They don't make an electric Prius.
They make a plug-in, which means you can drive it maybe 20 miles without using the gasoline engine.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like the concept. I would.
Did you see the American news clip where they were interviewing? Was it were they the car company, or it might have been a local official promoting electric cars, and then he asked, where does the electricity come from to charge the car? This is like live. And she said, it comes from the building. And he was like, yeah, okay. He said, but where does it's obviously plugging into that network, where does that come from? And then one of the spokesmen for the local area said, it comes from the local coal-fired like power station. It was just, it was hilarious. So, okay, so you're using fossil fuels to create electricity so an electric car can be charged. It's just ludicrous.
Nuclear.
Do coal burning, what they call it, electric factories, whatever.
Power plant.
Power plants. Do coal burning power plants use more coal if more output's required, or do they just use a set amount of coal?
Yes, they do.
They use a set amount of coal?
No. They use more coal.
All right. So if you use more electricity, they need to put more coal in.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
It's like a train. When the engine needs to pump more in the old Westerns, the guys would have to shovel faster, get that shit in there, burn it hotter. It's a demand thing for sure.
So it's not the case that if you plug in your electric car and you're just using what's going to be there anyway.
No, but I think they run it on cycles. Like if they know it's 100, they're going to run it on the high cycle, and then they probably can ramp it down. I don't know how much live feeds they have out demand, but they could
probably ramp it down at night time, can't
exactly.
they?
After midnight,
much less use.
Exactly. And they say to run your dishwasher and shit like that overnight if you can.
That's if you've got a split tariff.
Right. Where they actually give you a cheaper rate.
Yeah.
Off peak or whatever, right?
The news which I was reading in China, this is going back a good few months, they'd mothballed a load of their coal-fired power stations. And then because, whether it was the G7 or G8 couldn't come to an agreement, they thought, you know what, bugger it. So they unmothballed them. And they're all fired up and working now, creating more pollution than the whole of Europe put together. just I don't know. It just makes me laugh that the Western world tries to do its best. It would appear, but everybody else is doing whatever they want to do. So,
Well, we've only got one nuclear power plant in production at the moment, haven't we?
have we really?
Mm.
Where's that?
I can't remember, but it's a brand new build that's being put up. It's going to take
Wow.
about 5 years.
Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
I'll just look it up.
No, I'm sure you're right, Biscuit.
No, I mean, just so I can say where it is.
I know we get a lot of our electricity, I think, from France, don't we? We buy quite a bit of that in.
I'm gonna hit outside, grab a drink. I'll be back in just a minute, guys.
It's called Hinkley Point in Somerset.
Right, Hinkley, yeah.
So you would have one nuclear power plant in the UK.
No, that's one new one that's being built.
One new one, okay.
I think we've got 3 that are due to be deactivated soon.
Wow, I think France has many of them.
Yeah,
nuclear power
France is very much for nuclear power. Yeah, very true.
I think our government's trying to put it all in wind power at the moment with offshore wind energy.
Yeah. So, last dance, I'm surprised you didn't know what red mercury was.
No, never heard of it.
At least heard of it. Right. So it's deemed to be sort of not real. So, but very powerful. I mean, back in the late 80s, early 90s, there was a bit of a worry that the Soviet Union had managed to create red mercury. What that meant was that they could create something as big as a tennis ball, so terrorists could then enter a country, put it in a bin or wherever, and then set it off, and it would do a horrendous amount of damage. I think something like almost like a mile wide of destruction. So, but nobody actually knows whether it's real or not. So,
I mean, I know there's red phosphorus, which can be quite bad.
Last Dance does know. He just doesn't like to say.
Yeah,
he doesn't like to blow his cover.
I'm very skilled in denials.
Now I've established that you were visiting GCHQ on a regular basis.
You didn't establish that. You assume that. There's a difference.
Yeah, come on. I can tell by the way you laugh.
That's all part of the training. You don't know. We train on laughter for hours. Oops.
Yeah. Deny everything, exactly. I lived about probably only a 15-minute drive from GCHQ. That's where I grew up. So,
I'm not kidding.
Yeah. In Gloucestershire.
Gloucestershire. I went to Gloucestershire.
Yeah.
Went to the cathedral there. It was a beautiful church.
Oh, yeah.
Quite spectacular.
Yeah. I think it's the best Gothic cathedral. And obviously even more famous now because scenes of Harry Potter have been filmed there. So they live on that for tourism. Yeah. one scene, shot within the cathedral.
I would love to have seen how they could produce that ceiling with all that detail.
Yeah.
What do they have? Like, did they have midgets go up there for 5 years? Just
it's incredible, isn't it, when you think about it?
It's just amazing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
They must live in terror that it's going to, one of those little things is going to break or something.
Yeah. Some gargoyle is going to fall off to kill somebody.
All right, I'm back. Carol Collins, did you go to Gloucester?
In a shower of rain. No.
Oh, a very famous poem, yes. Yeah. Dr. Foster went to Gloucester in a shower of rain and stepped in a puddle, went right up to his middle and never went there again. Yeah.
None of that happened.
Is Gloucester a port fishing city there? Like a big port city?
It does have a dock, but
is there a river there?
Actually, it's quite famous for the fact that it did have a dock, which used to trade a lot in slaves. So you mustn't mention that. So don't otherwise Gloucester will get a bad name.
Oh boy, let's not mention that.
We have a Gloucester here in Massachusetts. That's a big port fishing zone, but I'm sure it's a Puritan spot too from back in the day that they probably received some of what you just said as well here.
What's the county you live in again, Steve?
I'm on the south shore, south of the city. So is how I usually.
Because you've got a lot of places, haven't you? That I mean, I'm sure it goes throughout the whole of the United States, but a lot of places named after places in the United Kingdom.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Everything is named after stuff in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
I was born in Boston. There's your number one spot, Boston, Lincolnshire, right?
Mm.
And you go from there. Weymouth.
Yeah,
I
Weymouth, South Coast. Yeah.
I live near
Falmouth.
I live near the Severn River here in Maryland.
Oh my God! Right. So River Severn. Yeah. Which
My
is
sis my sister lives in a little suburb of Chicago called Lincolnshire.
yeah. Wow.
And then you have, of course, Plymouth. You guys have a Plymouth, right?
We are Plymouth. That's a famous port. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you've heard of a place called New York.
Yes. We got New York.
Whereas we call it here in Boston, New York.
New
York.
York.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gave you everything, but then again, I suppose you've got to look back to your ancestors.
Now, when you guys talk about beans,
We appreciate it.
right? Lee, when you talk beans, like when you have fucking beans on your plate and shit,
Oh yeah, baked beans. Yeah.
are they sweet like Boston baked beans? Is it the same thing?
Yeah, they are. They've got sugary tomato sauce on them.
Bigger
Tomato.
sugar content in them. Yeah.
The actual bean is
No.
haricot bean.
It's nothing like what Boston baked, like a can of
B&M.
Oh no, it's
They-
nothing.
they're
That
certainly
is
not-
so sweet that someone in the UK would probably gag.
You've had them. They sell a vegetarian one last time.
Yes, I get them all the time.
No
we certainly
chunk of
don't.
pork
We
fat.
certainly don't.
It's
fry them.
Heinz is the brand.
We boil
Yeah.
them. We don't fry them.
You just put them in a saucepan and simmer them, right?
That's
Same
right.
as
Yeah.
us. Yeah, I don't like any of those. I'm a black bean guy. Black beans with Frank's hot sauce with some cooked
So
onions.
what are refried beans then?
That's gross. Those things are nasty. Fucking nasty, dude. All right, let's bring in Mr. Refried Bean himself.
It's David.
Wait, is
He's-
that him?
What's he doing? What's he
He's
doing?
blended into his
I do
background.
not think that's him.
Okay, exit.
There he
Hello.
is. It is him.
There it is. Him.
Hey, what's
Hey.
up, homeboy?
He
What's
kind of he got a kind of feminine look to him there.
You have
Hey, Fed.
Oh,
How you
hey,
doing?
what's going on?
Hey, did you buy that Grateful Dead shirt that I have that you said your lady likes? Is that
No, I don't know what it is really, to be honest with you.
It's green, so
Oh, it's some kind of fish. Captain Harry's
Captain-
fishing.
Harry's.
I like it. It's that fried carp. Very nice. Very nice. Welcome. How are you? Is it still hot as balls over there?
Well, technically, if you look at Wikipedia, what is the temperature where it stops being hot as balls?
I'd say 88.
Oh yeah, it's hot as balls. It's 97.
Actually, I shouldn't say that number ever again on this stream. That has an actually really bad connotation.
Oh, that's true.
Place.
That's
Right?
right.
Well,
Yeah.
What?
All right, erase.
Time, wait, 88 miles an hour is the time travel speed.
Yeah. for
Oh,
Back to the
88
Future,
was, wasn't
that's
it
right.
the name for Adolf Hitler? 88.
There
It's
you go,
it's the
baby.
8th letter of the alphabet is H.
Yeah, so it was 88, wasn't it? Yeah, I remember the
H8.
answers, yeah. So,
Right. Yeah, of course.
Well,
Cup of tea
that's-
is all
that's-
over it.
That's just crackers. You
Of
can't-
course.
You can't kill a number that's synonymous with Back to the Future just because it's got some
So-
link to HH.
Yeah, I know.
Are you
right.
kidding? There was a huge controversy here in the United States in California. A summer camp was being housed in a building that was built in like the 1930s,
right, I think I
And-
know what you're going to say. Go
and
on.
it had this artsy design on it that kind of resembled swastikas.
Right.
But it was built in the 30s, but people were freaking out about these swastikas, and they had to cancel the camp for like 800 kids because
Oh my God!
they wouldn't use the building or who
You know
knows.
the Germans adopted the swastika. It's a
course.
sign of a Christian religious sign.
If it dates
I
back
think-
forever.
88.
Isn't the Christian one a reverse swastika?
Might well be as well. Yeah,
It was
actually.
it was the
But
other. It was
the-
reversed, I think. Yeah.
If you go to the Asian countries, Malaysia, that sort of thing, yeah, you see it everywhere. And the Romans used it as well.
Yes.
Quite often, their shields and stuff. So
But instead of
Yeah.
saying "shut the fuck up and grow up," they
yeah,
You know,
that's
they-
just stupid. That's just
I
they
mean,
tried to
the
calm
Romans-
people's fears and
The
you know,
Romans-
oh, we're looking at it. We'll see what we can do, and then they just had to cancel the camp. Unbelievable.
that's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
The Romans, not the best people to take advice from. We know their record.
Who was better?
They civilized the world. What do you mean?
Right. I mean,
Who was
Great.
less of an asshole?
I'm sure whoever they took over from was just as bad as they were.
If Julius Caesar was alive at the time of Hitler and he did the shit he did back then, would it have been classed as worse than Hitler?
I don't know. He asked some of the young teen or preteen boys that were paired up with some of the older men in the Roman society. I'm sure it wasn't a great scene for them.
I mean, you could argue that the prisoners of Rome had at least a chance of survival when they was thrown in the pit with the lion.
Gladiators.
Yeah.
Yes, you could argue that. I don't think that would be an argument I would make.
Hey, you've got a better chance than being locked in a steam room.
Yeah, I got slightly annoyed about the fact that when I thought things were going too far in this country with statues being pulled down because of the BLM, Black Lives Matter movement, BLM, I was thinking, hang on a minute, and Italy, Rome itself, built itself on slaves completely. I didn't see people in Rome or in Italy pulling down statues of Julius Caesar or whoever. Do you know what I mean? It's just, got me very, very angry.
One of the 7 wonders of the world in Egypt was also built by slaves.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's try and pull those down.
Yeah.
Well, global warming is having an accelerated effect on the erosion on some of those old Egyptian statues, apparently.
Oh, really?
On the Sphinx.
The Sphinx, sir?
The Sphinx.
Sphinx.
I didn't pronounce it right.
Global warming would do that to us.
I blame global warming for the latest sphincter issue.
Is that man-made global warming or just natural?
I don't know. Global warming has your mic turned way up.
Base Welshman, it's man-assisted global warming.
Man-assisted.
I mean, I checked up earlier on, and I found out it was 4 degrees higher 8,000 years ago.
Yeah, that were 8,000 years ago.
Yeah, but
I was around then. I can tell you it was.
Yeah, there was no industrial revolution, obviously.
No,
so it's not man-made.
If I'm not mistaken, what caused that heat to rise was a lot of volcano eruptions.
So we just have one of them blow their top, right?
And it
and it doesn't do anything.
No. They say that when a large scale volcano blows, it adds like 10, 20 years worth of cars to the environment.
and more.
It's fucking crazy, dude. So much carbon.
When Yellowstone finally goes, that'll
look. They've got a fart.
Global
They've just got a fart.
The least of our problem.
Well, Mount St. Helens produced,
Exactly.
when that went off, that produced more pollution than the whole of the Industrial Revolution
Yeah.
throughout Europe.
Yes.
And we're still here. We're still here.
Yeah.
So.
Now the
Mother
thing
Nature
is,
has a way of working things out.
the thing I think they're going for, based, is that their nature had some sort of an intricate balance that, yes, it was a high amount of carbon, but yet the amount that humans has added has sort of overflowed their threshold by a minor amount, causing
The
catastrophic.
scales have been tipped.
No.
The scales
Yeah.
have been tipped.
During prehistoric times, there was around about 30% more oxygen in the world than there is now. And this oxygen was why the animals grew so big, because
That's right.
plants and trees.
So that's right. There's an argument to say as well. The more CO2 in the atmosphere makes the planet a greener planet.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, it is.
And it's a very serious, argument about it.
I heard it like almost every dinosaur dad.
But if you
worked
lack
in a
those who
clean-
consume
clean
the
coal.
CO2, you lack the oxygen that they produce.
Sorry?
McGrandy's already off.
Say that again.
The oceans are dying. No oxygen is being produced in the oceans.
Photosynthesis.
That's a legitimate
Yes.
point. I
got to do a sound check, Steve.
Sound check.
You don't have to do a sound check. It's the same as it always is.
That's not entirely true, because
Say hello, everybody.
No, I'm doing audio only there, Last Dance. So give me a sound check.
All right,
you
here
look
we
at
go. Here we go, McGrandy. Say when you hear me say "Mamacita," say yes, "Mamacita."
Mamacita.
Not
That's
bad.
not bad.
Yeah,
All right, you're about 2
we
seconds.
can work with that.
Algae in the ocean actually produces more oxygen than all
It
the
only
planet.
goes downhill from here.
Thank you,
Yeah.
boys.
You're looking good there. It's great when you talk in weird places.
I mean, I've got to say, I do take note when world leaders travel the world like they did. They went to Scotland, didn't they? That COP20 or whatever, and they went there, and there was like 150 private jets there, and then they had these battery cars because you've got to be stunning and brave. So they brought all these battery cars up there. They had no charging facilities for these battery cars. What were they charging the battery cars with? Diesel generators. I mean, it's fucking clown world. It's full on clown world. And these cunts have all gone on private planes. All the airports were booked up. All the they couldn't park how many fucking private jets.
I was
they had.
about to defend the private jets, but then you said about the diesel generators. I can't defend that.
Exactly.
But the defence for the private jets are that you can't. There aren't any viable electric options for flight at the moment.
Well, if they walked, we'd have to wait like 10 years before they all got to the same place.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have taken
fly commercial.
Yeah, they ever heard of a commercial flight and then getting a fucking chauffeur-driven car? Ever heard of that?
Exactly.
You won't ever see a delegate in a.
Look, the reality is that they're already doing the CO2 to allow people, billionaires and yachts to get away with it. You know what I mean? It's like the only person they're affecting are the fucking normies, the poor people.
It's true.
Bastards. Yeah.
We'll restrict your
Absolutely,
flights.
Welshman. I agree with you completely.
We'll restrict your flights. We'll restrict your flights. And I tell you what, if you have more than your quota of flights in 5 years, you're allowed to have 2 flights in 5 years, for example, or 1 a year. Say 1 a year. And then we'll tax you. Well, that's all right, because I'm a fucking millionaire. I don't give a fuck where you tax me. I got 4 fucking cars. I go on holiday 4 times a year. Like I give a fuck.
Don't
You know what I mean?
Don't air
It's like-
miles for those rich people. Don't air miles like negate those taxes.
It's just bollocks.
Who's getting text?
Not me.
Not me.
No, nobody wants to send me nothing.
Hey, Welshman, can I say something?
Mhm.
Welshman,
Yeah,
You
he
hear
said,
me?
Yes.
I need a sound check from you, buddy. Be bold.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's not what
All
you
right.
need. But
So here's what it comes down to. The world is full of frauds. These people are all posers. We all know that our leaders are lacking today. We don't have any Churchills. We don't have any Roosevelts. We don't have any JFKs.
Thank
And
God.
in the middle of the swamp with a bunch of loose-lipped, loose leaders. But what it comes down to is you have to understand the logic. And the logic is we all know that we're killing ourselves. So maybe we should take control. What do you think?
How are we killing ourselves? Could you just clarify that part?
Yeah. Well, as far as what we're doing with our environment, you understand that the science has been out there for at least 10, 15 years, ever since Al Gore was out there. And nobody's
Al Gore,
listening.
You're gonna Al Gore. You bring
You're quoting Al Gore. Are you seriously
No, I'm
going to
not
quote Al
quoting
Gore?
Al Gore. I'm giving you
okay.
a benchmark in history.
Yeah, but he said there wasn't going to
giving
be a
you a
world.
benchmark
He
history.
said there wasn't going to be a world like 10 years ago.
Well, I'm giving you a benchmark in history as far as environmental
he could pick anything.
consciousness. And the reality is that the game has been played all the way around, and we all know what's going on, and we all know who's manipulating it.
Yeah, it's a
So when
lie.
you're talking about
It's
the
all a
rich
fucking
people
lie.
with the jets going to Switzerland or wherever, you have to realize that they're all frauds anyway. So what do? That's the question. We can criticize it. But
In
what do we
Wales,
do?
in Wales where I live now, they're doing 20 mile an hour, and that's what they're doing. I just got done as well, right? And then what they're going to try and do, they're going to try and tax by the mile. All new cars now can be operated by Central, can it? Be operated from Ford or whoever you go to, Chevrolet or whatever, right? General Motors. Now they all can be controlled as central base. So, for example, if they don't want you
Yes.
traveling in your fucking brand new car, they just tell you to fuck off, right?
Well, can I make a suggestion?
Go on.
Go to the junkyard and buy an old engine and throw it in that old Ford that's sitting
Yeah.
in your goddamn yard and
Look,
get it going.
everyone walk into this fucking with their eyes wide open. That's the problem. This is what's happening. They're going to stop everything. Pay by the mile. They're going to do it all. It's all going to come out slowly but surely.
All right.
I mean, also, Matt Grandy, let's face it, going and taking a fucking old Ford and taking the engine out of that and putting it in a modern vehicle would be an astronomical feat of engineering, like nearly impossible.
No, I'm not saying put it
for like an
I'm not saying put
mechanics with the fucking.
I'm not saying put it into a modern vehicle. I'm like, look around. Steve, come on. All you got to go to one of those Greek used car lots, and you could find something, and the motor's burned out, and I know Topple, you know what I'm talking about.
No, I have no clue. You pull.
Right.
Are we talking about pulling a 1990 motor out, which gets probably 7 gallons per mile?
7 gallons a mile.
Well, I'm talking about gasoline versus electric.
7 gallons.
What you want to do is
7 miles a
I'm
gallon.
not talking 90.
Lucky you.
Every new car today is a 4-cylinder. If you have a 6-cylinder, you could have a 2005 Mustang engine, and that thing is a 6-cylinder. So, a 6 is a monster today.
On the shitty Mustang.
Well, put a Hayabusa engine in it.
Well, I'm just jealous. I'm just jealous of Topple because Topple just mentioned gallons, and we all know what gallons are. I think gallons are 4.5 liters. We're in fucking liters. They get 4.5 of every fucking one we get when you see that price tag. Fuck me.
It's more like 3.7.
I know.
Yeah.
Is it 3.7?
All right. So, all right, I got another solution. You know what? I've been riding my bike a lot. I got a 1983 10-speed. This baby is still out there. Well, it's not out there anymore. I broke a cable on my brake, and I will not ride it without a rear brake. But the point is, there are options. You just don't give in to the man. You can complain about it. Just don't feed him.
You're talking like you're talking a pipe dream. It's a bit like when people say to me, "Oh, well, you should grow your own food and stuff." I go, "Well, I live in a flat." Oh, well, and hear me out, and then you say, "Okay, so I've got a place. I've got a nice little place just outside, the town, and I've got like an acre of land. And I grow all my food down. I'm just going to grow my food and be self-sufficient, for example, on food or a lot of stuff, yeah." And wait there, let me fucking finish. And then all of a sudden, when your fucking fruits and your veggies are fruiting, ready to pick, the fucking normies who live in flats go and rob your garden. So you end up with nothing anyway, because if shit hit the fan and food was that scarce, they wouldn't be going into the electrical shop to nick fucking flat screen tellies. They'd be going into the electrical shop to nick fucking tins of food and stuff. Well, not electrical shop, a supermarket.
All right, let's settle down here, buddy. I'm going to respond to that. First of all, it's not the Norman invasion again, okay? It's not 1066. The reality is you have an acre of land, shit. You could grow enough food for you on you could grow enough food for yourself on fucking a quarter of that. Easy.
Yeah, but the problem
maybe
is
even less.
He's got these migrants or whatever stealing all his crops, bro.
Look! I mean, look.
Normies.
I am looking into a fictional world, but the reality is, right? So, if food is scarce and your little small holding is cropping, the local fucking people will be about robbing your fucking crops. That's just fucking.
All right, let's put it all on the table. Let's put it all on the table.
Here's what I got to tell you, Welshman.
Who has
Steve? If I might interject, the beauty of the food growing is not the fucking outcome. It is the beauty of the fucking growing. You're out there weeding those fields.
He's a fucking idiot, this guy. There's no food.
Yes,
food is scarce. Food is scarce. So when you say it's about the...
You got all the
what are you on about?
You're growing
What's he on about?
You're growing it on the land.
Oh, he's a fucking idiot.
Those stocks, those corn stalks are growing up and giving you shade. And you're
If it was
weeds.
Topple, I'd say you're trolling. If it was Topple speaking, I'd say you're trolling, but it's not. I'm afraid you're not listening to a word I've been saying.
I say blame Topple. That's my.
I'm just trying to interject. I apologize. I apologize, Welshman.
You're not listening.
Hold on, guys. Who has food put away like long-term survival shit? Is anyone doing that?
Nobody.
No.
My cupboards are full.
Topple, what do you got? Like 3 months, 6 months?
No, I got 2 freezers full of meat, but that's it. We have a garden out here, so if worse comes to worse.
So none of you guys have gotten the dehydrated like Patriot
Nice.
foods?
You got a garden.
What good
I got a couple buckets sitting on my shelf over there.
Sponsored by Drone Tech Politics. Go to He-Man, what is it? The survival kit. You get a 10% off. Quote Drone Tech.
Buckets, Aphid?
What's that?
You got buckets?
No, I don't got fucking buckets, dude. I ain't got no buckets.
I've got 4 cupboards full of tins.
I'll tell you what you got to do.
Patriot Supplies. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Drone Tech.
I've got no like emergency food rations or anything like that. I tell you what,
Steve, all you need to go to
I've got my eyes on
the outlets and buy a goddamn case of beans, case of fucking canned meat.
I've got about 4 months.
I've been through so many hurricanes, you have no idea. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
Look, you're a man of the cloth. I don't know what I'm talking about here, but listen, do you keep any like survival foods?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No.
Same.
You shop week to week what you're going to eat. You don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly.
You might have a few.
I have taken herbs from people's.
I mean, I got canned beans. They'll last for a while.
To supplement my food on the 4th floor. You believe that? You hear me?
Why don't you tell us what you got, Smokesteve?
I need you to say yes. I hear you.
Nothing.
Topple, tell me you hear me.
My cupboard's full of pasta and sauce. And
I thought you said. Before you had some stuff.
No, it's just a cupboard.
I know.
I'll tell you something.
But we need.
My wife has 10 boxes of tampons now. She's rationing, or she's
hell yeah, canned beans rock, man.
Do you know that Bill Gates is the biggest landowner in the country?
That's not true at all.
No,
it's not at all true. No.
Okay.
Pasta and
one
sauce
of
is
the
good.
biggest landowners
Cigarettes.
in the country is
you got to have
one of
those
the stars
cigarettes,
on
man.
the
They're
food.
worth a fortune.
Is what?
Cigarettes will buy you
on
food.
The Food Network. She's named
Shut
Drummond.
Who? Sorry.
She's a star on the Food Network. Her name's Ree Drummond, and she's married to a guy in the Midwest.
Yeah,
and they
farmland. He knows what he's doing.
They own
That's farmland.
480,000 acres.
I don't seem to be like the biggest in the country. I would have thought 4,000 acres.
480,000, dude.
Yeah, it's like
I'll check now.
Half a million.
Okay.
That's another way of saying it.
A lot of land.
How big is the King Ranch in Texas? That's pretty big, right?
There's some of those ranches. And occasionally, I get them on some of my IG feeds, like Lands of America, where they'll show you like 80 acres in Tennessee for like $100,000. I'm like, fuck, I wish I had $100,000. I'd love 80 acres. It's swampland with some hogs and shit running through, but it would still be
it's your land though. You could take you forever to see it all.
Steve, I've just checked now. Bill Gates is the biggest private owner of farmland in the United States. That's the Guardian. In the New York Post, Bill Gates is the largest farm owner in America. He's buying all the farms out, boys. I'll put it in the back chat for you.
I just looked it up. And what it's come up on Google is the largest landowner in the United States are John Malone and Emerson family, Ted Turner, the Reed family, and Stan Kroenke.
See, that's why you shouldn't.
John Malone is the largest landowner with about 2.2 million acres of land across the country, including Maine, New Mexico, Colorado, and Wyoming.
Bill Gates only has 242,000 acres.
That's
right. Okay. So I'll just bring the New York Post article up anyway. All right. Just so you can read it yourself.
I don't really. I mean, go for it.
I just checked Snoop's out.
I know everyone's throwing out like
that's
numbers,
false.
but
the fact checkers say that's false.
I'm smoking a fucking joint, chilling, dude.
Don't trust the fact checkers.
I trust the fact.
No, I don't care either. But it's just that everyone said it wasn't. But I've been hearing he's been buying loads of farmland for the last 2 years. Wonder why. There you go. It's in the back chat anyway. New York Post.
The Post.
I'll get you something else.
I don't trust the Post though.
Those darn fact checkers.
Yeah, bastards.
Oh, what happened to McGrande?
I don't know.
Always proving me wrong.
That's interesting in the title, Welshman, because it says farmland. So he might own more farmland, but actual. Yeah.
Maybe that is the difference, because that's what it is. Farmland. That's how I heard he's buying farmland.
Yeah.
There you go.
So. Yeah.
So why would that be though?
He's trying to starve us.
I don't really care. There's almost 1 billion acres of farmland in the United States. So if someone owns 200,000 acres of farmland, it's not anything to be worried about.
Yeah.
It's not a good business to be in. I mean, it's especially in UK.
Last Dance, what are you worried about?
It's not business. If you put the prices up on stuff, is that what you're saying?
You're set by in the UK. You're set by the food pricing agency.
So what you're saying is they can't charge like more than
they can charge what they want, but they're not going to sell it because the market decides how much your stock's worth.
Yeah. So for example, this is my point. If you've got less of a product because say you don't farm that land, then the price goes up. So there's a lot of money in that.
If you're not farming it, how are you going to get any money?
You can hold it.
Yeah, but it's just a waste.
It's not like he needs. It might not be a waste because why would you buy all the farmland in America anyway, or be the biggest owner of farmland in America?
He's got nowhere near the amount of clout that all the other farmers have in the rest of America.
I mean, it's a
I mean,
market.
you say that, but then I've only got to say one word: Monsanto. If I say Monsanto. If I say that one word, you should know what you just said is nonsense.
I'm just saying that there's more farmers out there that outweigh.
Yeah, and all these farmers are in debt to Monsanto. I don't know if you know the controversy of it, but like if they had a genetically, last dance, correct me if you want to, or if you know a bit more than I do, but they had a genetically modified grain, and if they found it on your property, then you'd owe them they would charge you for it. And it was going on their property, on wheels, on trucks, being blown on their property,
right?
All sorts of stuff.
It's grains. It blows in the wind. The birds eat it and shit it in other fields, right? I mean, So that is an issue.
And that killed.
It's not that huge of an issue.
How many? It killed lots of farmers. A lot of them committed suicide. There was a big thing committing suicide out there for it.
Yeah, I don't actually know the numbers, but
Monsanto created something that was killing monarch butterflies. Did you guys just talk about that? It was
he's talking about genetically engineered and patented seeds, and Monsanto has patents on these seeds. And let's say you plant sunflowers that have these Monsanto. I don't think they make sunflowers, but let's suppose you plant sunflowers.
They probably do.
Let's suppose you plant sunflowers on your farm with Monsanto seeds. Well, the birds come by and they, if you don't pick it all, the birds will eat some of the seeds and they'll fly to the next farm and, there'll be suddenly next year there'll be Monsanto sunflowers on the next farm. But that guy hasn't paid Monsanto, so Monsanto can sue him for that. And that's an issue.
It is.
I don't know how big of an issue it is, but it's certainly been an issue in the past.
It's big in that industry for sure. It's a huge deal in that industry.
Yeah, it's a massive problem.
It's not just Monsanto, though. I mean,
Monsanto
I remember
is killing the beer. apparently, according to.
Yeah, that's the pesticides. That was the spraying stuff. I think they used it for weed killer
That's how
And
in
the bees.
America.
He's awesome with those.
I think he meant to click bees,
Yes,
but
he did.
clicked beer.
Oh.
He went back to bees, only one letter off. Okay, not bad.
As you can look by his next emoji, since he's so good with them.
I'm
solid.
Yeah, there you go.
I like to keep beer hives in the backyard there.
Yeah, those are great, man.
That's sweet. That sweet beer
That's
honey
cool.
coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm back on the possible still thing. I might go for the still.
You going for that?
Do it still?
Still.
But don't talk about it, right?
Well, we're just gonna distill herbs.
Of course.
Light herbs, maybe chamomile. And as my brother says, thyme. He said that to me the other day. I'm like, thyme? Who fucking says thyme, dude?
Parsley
Like
sage.
time? Like
Thyme?
time?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the plant.
Parsley, sage, rosemary, and
I mean,
thyme.
that's how it's spelled. So that's how it's spelled.
Paul Simon got it wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I was feeding his chickens some clover. And he's like, what is that, thyme? I'm like, thyme? It's fucking clover, dude. You have it everywhere. I mean, thyme. Who says
What were you
thyme?
feeding that to?
His chickens. He's a chicken guy. He's got
How
chickens.
are you comfortable with people having chickens?
Well, I had to watch them for a week. They were great. I know
You were chicken sitting?
Yeah.
I know you have a problem with birds of any kind being caged, so I didn't know if
Well,
that
these are more birds of burden, I guess you would say. They're like
Well, what do you mean
farm
by
birds. They're farm birds, so you don't really care about them. Like they're just
What do you mean?
They're not pets. That's what he means. They don't have a.
pets.
But
Yeah.
what
They're
makes
not
it
going to be
different?
kept until they die of old age.
Because this is a subject that extremely fascinates me with the people feeling differently about different things. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but
Yes,
I don't
yes.
understand why it's different than any other bird would be. It's a bird.
Yeah, put somebody else on the spot.
They're-
That's what I say.
Chickens are somewhat impersonable. Like imperson. I maybe you know what I'm trying to say, but
Have you ever met a chicken? They've got so much.
Yeah, they've got so much personality. Chickens have.
I don't find them to
Okay.
have a lot. I like a bulldog has a ton of personality. Chicken is just standing there. Like,
Well, what about a
fucking-
finch? Like some people keep a finch in their house. You probably wouldn't care for
Finch?
that. A finch. Or
I-
somebody people
A
like you can
finch.
buy a finch. You can buy a finch.
We used to
Finch.
we used to have a kitchen. We used to have a chicken, and he used to hug us. He used to hug my little sister and stuff.
With its wings or its feet? What the fuck?
Yeah, he used to literally they used to hug each other.
Have you
That
seen
is-
the film, the series Peacemaker?
What did that chicken do?
It wasn't a chicken; it was an eagle, and the eagle literally wraps its wings around.
Yeah.
It's John Cena.
John Cena.
I don't know, dude. I just think there's not much of a difference between like Biscuit Face
Like
has
your
that
dog
bird.
Chip and some chicken. Obviously, your dog has got way more personality than some stupid bird walking around.
All birds are stupid on
But-
that level.
Excuse me.
I don't know if a chicken. I would like to be interested if the intelligence of a chicken is worse than the intelligence of any other store, like a parakeet or something like that. You know.
Hey,
Good question.
Clearly.
Just changing the subject for a second. Did you? I don't know if it was reported
Hopefully
in
it's-
America.
Hopefully,
But
it's,
did you see like long before the war started in the Ukraine? Yeah, it was #1 most corrupt country in the whole of Europe. IMF
That's correct.
denied them a loan and everything else. Now they're painted as white as snow. Now everyone's got to help them.
Freedom fighters. Freedom
Yeah, but
fighters.
did you see this week? I don't know if it was reported there that Zelensky has had to sack his head of security and the head prosecutor because 650
Money.
employees have been committed treason, giving information to the Soviet Union. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. What is just such a corrupt fucking country? It's unreal.
I tell you what they've done though, which
Was it reported in the US though? Sorry, Welshman. Was it reported?
no, of course it wouldn't. Of course it
Not
wouldn't.
really, but would you guys? Do you feel bad for the people in the Ukraine who are
Absolutely.
Of course I do.
100%.
missiles
Of course
shot
I
into
do.
their houses?
The
Because
first
you seem
casualty
to
of
be
war is
just kind
innocent
of
people,
talking
yeah.
about it like it's not affecting these poor sons of bitches that are on the ground that are getting killed and blown up. I mean, it's
Well,
horrendous.
I think you got to go. Hold on. I think you got to go into it when you're given this corrupt. I mean, everybody knows it was a corrupt country. When you go into giving them $8 billion, you can expect that $1 billion of that is not going to go to the right place. But you still got to do it because you're not going to be able to go in. Hold on, you're not going to be able to go in there and like redo the whole government and make them not corrupt. And the only option is to go this way. I mean, if there's a better option, I'm all ears. But I've never.
Yeah, but this is corruption on a level where they're giving the Soviets information about where their forces are.
I'm glad it's being reported, and at least somebody was on top of it.
I mean, that would be punishable by here in the United States during the time of war. That's death.
Yeah.
You're giving up troops' location and things of that nature. Those men should be immediately put to death by the country that they. That's bullshit.
I mean, I know just because I'm criticizing to show how corrupt. I'm not under any illusion how corrupt Russia are, but Ukraine are really they're touching the top together. This is what Zelensky's done in the last month. He has disabandoned the main opposition party. Yes, it was a Russian-backed opposition party, but he just shut it down. So it's a bit like Brexit and Leave, right? And it's just like going around and saying, "Well, fuck it, that's it. We're shutting it all down." They've shut down all the news channels, so they only can give the one narrative that they want to give. It's just like and then you see it in the news. And they don't mention any of it in the British news. Not a thing of it. It's just amazing, Zelensky, amazing Zelensky, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. But then again, whenever there's a war, propaganda is rife anyways. Lots of examples during World War II of not reporting losses and this, that, and the other to keep the morale up. We're doing really well when we're getting beaten to shit. So. It's nothing new, really, is it? So,
well, what's really sad is that the Ukrainian men, mainly men, not all men, but mainly men, have been put in scenarios on the front line where they've got very little artillery a lot of the time. They've got no air support. They've got a lot of things against them. They haven't got the right weapons.
I mean, is it the right thing? For the United States, is it the right thing for us to keep funneling hundreds of millions of dollars over there to a war that might be unwinnable? And in addition, would it be better for us to facilitate some sort of a transfer of the already Russian zones, give them somehow to him, and just fucking end the whole thing and rebuild?
Steve, it's an unwinnable war. You cannot win that war. The only people who can win that war is Russia. No, that's not me wanting Russia to win. That's just the reality. That's all we're doing. We're plugging money, right, and arms and everything else to get Ukrainians killed. That's basically it.
What do you guys think about that?
I don't believe that's true. I believe Russia only has a set amount of time left.
No way. No, they're in Afghanistan for like 50 years. Come on, no way. They'll keep going. They'll just keep going.
How long's Putin been there? He'll be there another 10, 15 until he dies.
And the other thing that's not reported on the
people out of the community just to show them to wars. They're not even trained.
There was a snippet, just a snippet.
They've got fucking millions, mate, all around the country. It's a huge fucking country. It takes up about a quarter of the world. It takes about a quarter of the world up a biscuit. Russia. It's a huge fucking.
It's not very densely populated, though, is it?
But they've got plenty. They've got plenty of dopes on ropes to fucking keep on filling the gap.
They got plenty, but as far as GDP, they're way down the list, dude. They're like Brazil,
Russia.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. The ruble is the highest it's been for 5 years.
I was just trying to say that if there's a snippet of news here, just a snippet. This is what pisses me off. That
don't listen to it.
Putin's been into Iran. Iran's backed them and also done a fuel deal, and Saudi Arabia seem to be doing the same. There's almost like within the Middle East a bit of a growing anti-American feeling and they're putting their chips behind Putin.
And
Iran's done a massive deal with, and Iran's also given them. They're now supplying them with drones. So,
and what you wouldn't have heard is the ruble is the highest last week it's been for 5 years, and the reason why is because they said you're going to buy our fucking gas and oil, Europe, and you're going to buy it using ruples, and they go, no, we're not. There you fucking are, and guess what? They're buying it with ruples. The ruples as high as it's been, man. You won't hear that. You won't hear that. But we're pro-Russia. But we're pro-Russia supposedly. But no, this is just a reality.
Sounds like a Mr. Russia. Anyways, here we go. Anybody else have any thoughts on that? Don Topple?
They just haven't. Look, Russia, Ukraine haven't got the manpower. They've lost so many men so far. I mean, I know what Biscuit's saying, but if you compare Ukraine to Russia to replace, men, I mean, they were just getting Joe Public turning up at the start of this water fight. So they're not even trained at the start. And because half the time they haven't got the weapons are stuck somewhere else because of logistical problems. And they're in a hell of a mess.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that
Russia's got the same problem, though. They're struggling to get their weapons where they're needed as well.
I was wrong, by the way. I got to clarify. Brazil is 2 or 3 better than Russia in GDP. Sorry about that. Russia's way down the list at 11.
Such an asshole.
That's all right.
But I understand what you're saying, Biscuit. You've always got to get that problem, the logistical problem. But like the manpower, once again, they can be replaced much easier because you can go to like Kazakhstan, you can go Chechnya. There's men there willing to do it.
Replacing them with men that are untrained and unwilling to fight. They're being forced to fight.
That's what you've been told.
Do you not think it's true?
In small cases at the start, yeah, but not now. They got the Chechnyan boys down there. They're fucking animals. They're not fucking about.
They were there right from the beginning.
Yeah, but from at the start, I think it was a bit of a shit show with logistical problems with foods and like all sorts of stuff for everyone. But what you've got to understand is that the resources of Ukraine, I know they've been thrown billions, maybe even trillions in no time, but the reality is they haven't got that manpower. They haven't got the replacements. They haven't got it.
I don't know. Yeah, something.
They haven't got it, boys. They haven't got the man. They've lost. I think estimates are around 25,000 lost. Ukrainians.
They've been going for months now, and they were predicted to fall in days. So.
And how many Russians have been lost?
About the same, most probably. I don't know, but I'm not trying to say anything different.
I'd reckon.
I'm just saying they're easier to replace. That's all I'm saying. There's more of them out there.
Yep, that's true. There's certainly many more.
There's got to be a point though when Russian civilians refuse because it's just a.
No, because they've been fed propaganda too. But the problem we got British generals saying
you can propaganda all you like, but you can't change what's on the shelves.
But
yeah,
they can't protest over there as well.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll get fucking who knows what if they.
There's got to be a point when the civilian population stagnate and rebel.
They may, but dude,
you're thinking it's a democracy. You're thinking it's a democracy, Biscuit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've had I'd seen an interview with a British general the other day. He turned around and he basically said, "I've got to try and remember this now." He verbatim. He said that we can't win the war, but we can't afford to lose it either. Right now, that means to me, and I know exactly what it meant, and I've heard an American general say basically the same thing. But that means that we're just going to keep on plowing money into this because we can't afford to lose it. No.
So if you think both sides can't lose face, almost.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, I think Russia might consolidate, to split Ukraine in half, destroy Ukraine because it'll be a landlocked country. Then they won't have any sea from it, and that'll be like Ukraine being a second-rate country. So that could happen. Russia could consolidate.
But just keep the ground that is kept.
Yeah, it's got the ground that is kept. That's because that's the the good side.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Too right. Yeah. Well, certainly if you've got the ports into the Black Sea.
Yeah.
Then,
yeah.
Absolutely. You control everything then, really, don't you?
Yeah. You turn what's left of Ukraine into a second-rate country compared to what it was.
Yeah.
But like when you get,
do any of you think he wants the whole of the Ukraine, or just maybe half of it? Say,
if he could get it all, he'd take it.
Do you reckon? Do you think he'd go the whole way if he could?
He could have destroyed it in a couple of days with the Air Force, but he decided not. I don't think he wanted to.
I think that is incorrect. He could not destroy it, or he wouldn't. He didn't hold anything back.
Well, of all accounts, Ukraine had 62 planes at the start of it, and they lost about 2/3 in about a week and a half or something.
They have a huge number of anti-aircraft missiles and more all the time. So that would be a massacre if he tried to fly a lot of air missions.
Okay. So, but then you've heard of these missiles, like once in a while.
He's using them all. They don't have an enormous number of. They don't have an unlimited stockpile of weapons in Russia. I mean, they're using their missiles and doing a lot of damage.
I mean, the drones they're using civilian cameras and civilian tech.
Right.
Yeah, but like I said, Russia have just done a deal with Iran to take on their drones. They're supplying them with drones.
That's suspected. It's not.
They will be. Come on, you can't trust the Middle East.
I do believe that they are, but until they're shown to be used on Ukraine soil, you can't prove it.
It's funny you said that though, Lee, because Biden just come back from Saudi Arabia doing fist bumps with murderers of terrorists, of journalists. Sorry, and he gave an interview saying, "Yeah, I spoke to the Saudis and they're going to sort us out with some oil." And the Saudis said, "No, we ain't." And they've been trying to query it back to his press secretary, and they're like, "Well, Joe said this," and they're saying, "Well, look, we've spoken to the Saudis. They're saying there are 12 billion barrels of oil at the moment, and they can't really increase it." So but of course,
like James said, they had cancer. Then a few days ago.
Hey, not to interrupt, but I want to open this. I was going to try this. I saw this at the grocery store. It's a Mountain Dew.
All
beer.
right, let's do it live.
Mountain Dew makes beer,
and I would sit here until you guys stop talking.
Wow.
But I've been here for like 20 minutes, and I'm like, I want to drink.
All right,
beer.
let's go. Oh, look at that.
Is that for me or is that somebody's ringtone?
It's for you. It's also playing the song I posted on Discord.
Tech or what? Amazing tech we got going on. I hope it's not sugary.
It's sugary.
Oh yeah,
it's Mountain
sugar.
Dew, bro.
It's Mountain Dew. You know what a Mountain Dew is?
Yeah, we got it.
Is it Mountain Dew and vodka, basically?
I don't know. I thought it was weird.
How's the flavor?
It tastes kind of like a sugary soda.
Boozy at all? Any booze?
Black
Everything you don't want from a lager.
Does it say 0 sugar?
Yeah, it's zero sugar. It does say, I did see that. It says 0 sugar.
So it's all aspartame.
It's hard Mountain Dew.
It's got to be vodka or something.
I don't know if I
that.
can drink this whole thing. I'll be honest.
Go for it. Do it. Don't be a pussy. Do it.
It's not that I'm that. It's really disgusting. I don't know if I want to drink.
Chug it.
Oh,
Well, I think it was probably like $2, maybe $1.50.
It was 3 something. I believe it was 3 something.
You got ripped, kid.
Well, I couldn't pass it up. You know, it was right by the counter.
How much was it? What was the cost?
It was like $3, right around $3.
Right, okay.
That'd be about $2.25 for you.
No, they're for the first time in like maybe ever they're equal. The pound.
Oh, are they?
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I heard that this last week that like one of the first time ever or something.
Wow,
no kidding.
One last question on Ukraine. This is going to Welshmen, right? Unfortunately, as we know, innocent people die in wars. But do you not? Because you might be into this. Do you think that prior to the war starting and with COVID, So you've got economies failing. There was inflation was coming anyway, irrespective of the war. That was happening anyway. Do you think that this might be all part of the big plan, and Putin's on it as well? Putin's in on it as well. That this war is just created to be an excuse for the fact that every country is virtually bankrupt, and that you create a war.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that, but what I would say is that they'll look at the leaders, the cunts, the globalists, will look at every scenario and then try and suit it and push their narrative going forward. So all these, developments, they're definitely steering us down a road of a nightmare, really.
Annihilation.
Yeah. So whether even it was all one big plan, is I definitely think it's they're just pushing us down the road. Like the food issue we got going on at the moment. I mean, there shouldn't be any food issue out in the world because in February the 28th they went to war. So everywhere in the world, if they were serious about the food problem, would have just changed their crop cycles a little bit.
I go to the supermarket to buy. We go. No, I mean, I don't notice that. I mean, yeah, the food costs more. Don't get me wrong. But I don't. There's no food. I don't see the shelves empty where I shop.
Yeah, the prices are higher, but
I'm finding salad scarce right now.
Yeah, there's certain things scarce sometimes, but what it is it's all going up, and eventually, when it does go scarce, people are going to do what they did with the shit paper, and they're going to do that again, and then shit's going to hit the fan again. So,
Did you guys hear monkeypox is a big deal?
Well, anyone know what particular community that's spreading around?
Exactly.
Has anyone heard?
Well, listen, there's a major.
I think ass greasers.
That was the major headline on the BBC News tonight. One of them, right? Okay.
Often the ones that are
get a load of this. It just made me laugh. It said that the World Health Organization said that it was this is now got to a point where it's dangerous. There's 16,000 cases in 72 countries, and then I was thinking, oh, hang on, let's work that out, because when you look at the population of whatever 72 countries those are, it ends up being absolutely minimal. So why are they scaremongering again? It's just ridiculous.
Isn't it
because it keeps growing? But yeah, you're right. It's not hardly
come
anything.
On.
It's hardly anything. Yeah.
It's like
it's
the AIDS thing. It's just gay people getting affected by it. People don't care. It's just the way it is.
It is.
Well, look, I'll be straight with you. Unless you're an active gay person, right, you shouldn't be worried about monkeypox, because guess what? I've seen interviews on telly, and I'm not being fun. I'm not trying when you look at someone and he's going, yeah, well, I woke up in the morning, I had this thing in the side of my mouth, and I was like, and I thought, oh, fucking hell. Yeah, obviously, you're gay. It does affect gay people.
What the hell was he doing?
Well, exactly. Exactly.
I was about to say, in the 1980s, they said the same thing about AIDS, right?
That's what I just said.
But this is reality. This is only affecting the gay community.
You just couldn't hear him over bass Welshman's booming.
What you got to be worried about is those bisexuals.
Yeah.
Cross-contaminating the straight folk.
Right. I was about to say, don't straight people still get AIDS?
Well, they do, yes. But
HIV first, then it.
Yeah, obviously. But it just seems to be affecting the gay community. That's just the reality of what's going on at the moment.
I may be the only one on this stream who has had a smallpox vaccination.
Smallpox.
So
is that the
good luck, guys.
Is that the most deadly virus in the world?
I had a large pox vaccination myself. Anyone didn't catch it.
Yeah, well,
I fed a baby cow once, so maybe I'm inoculated.
What did you do to a baby cow? Come on,
baby cow. With
a family show.
Something with an F. That's all I heard.
I went to Isle of Man, and they had a farm, so me and my daughter went and fed a baby cow with a bottle.
Oh, you fed a baby
calf?
Yeah.
So you think you got exposed to cowpox?
No, well, yeah.
Mad cow disease.
And then you ate it 4 months later on the table. Lamb Sunday lunch.
I
it was a cow, so how could it be
Sorry, yeah.
Did you just finish that giant fucking joint? I mean, a lot, Kyle Lamb. Did you smoke it? I mean, are you rolling? I mean, you don't have, he doesn't have. Oh, there it is. Oh, baby, look at that thing. It's like from the 1900s. It's so long and skinny, right?
That's amazing.
I love it.
There's tobacco in there too, though.
It's a mix, but I respect that.
It's a 50-50, basically.
I've got buddies here who do that I golf with, and they're always like, "It's a spliff, Steve-O," and I'm like, "Why are you mixing fucking tobacco with ganja, bro?"
Yeah, why not just smoke a cigarette then smoke that?
Always done it though. I don't like smoking cigarettes, so. But if you do a 50-50,
I get you. I can see that.
What do you use? American Spirit? Have you ever heard of that, Ace Welchie?
No, what's that?
It's a tobacco that they sell over here. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. That they put like a picture of a Native American on the bag, so everyone's like, "Ooh, it must be pure and clean." So we'll buy that and then roll our own. Who knows what it is?
A redskin.
Kelp. You know, I don't fucking know.
Well, I know in America they sell a tobacco that's not tobacco in some states, don't they? And you mix it with your weed then to make it J like.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about exactly.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
American Spirit is a brand of like shredded tobacco.
Got you.
It's the cigarettes. Cigarettes.
None of you guys roll smokes, right?
I can't roll nothing, dude.
I roll if I'm having a smoke, but as in like a bit of weed or whatever. But otherwise, it's packets.
Speaking of, where'd it go?
Topple,
how much is a packet of fags in the US?
Topple, what kind of fags?
Fags?
Do you smoke?
Fags?
Yeah. Cigarettes. Yeah. Sorry.
Wait, are we still talking about monkeypox?
Yeah,
wait a minute.
You can get them in packets.
Well. I used to be
about that.
I used to be able to buy solos, Julies. Just call them Julies.
Lucy's?
Yeah, it could be Lucy's in your neck of the woods.
I can tell you the origin of where the word faggot came from, if you want.
It's a bundle of sticks to make kindling. I thought.
Well, funny you should say that because for England back in the day when we used to burn people at the stake or whatever. So someone's committed a crime, so they're going to get burnt at the stake, and then they would obviously build it ready to burn them, and at the bottom for those people that had been caught committing homosexual acts, they would be stuffed in the bottom. So when it was all lit. And they were called faggots. And then they, when they lit it.
So why do we call those processed meatballs faggots?
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Mr. Brain's faggots.
What do you guys call Elton John?
Faggot.
A queen.
Wow, this is hardcore.
Hey, Fiddlip, come on.
So what were the gays for? What were the gays for? The gays for a bit of fuel, were they? For the
because it was illegal. It was illegal back in. Well, I think it was illegal right.
Trying to work it out. Trying to work out the combustion thing.
Right. Certainly in medieval times, if you were caught having a relationship with another man, that was illegal. That was like death.
I'll tell you this much. Musically speaking, I'll take Elton John over Billy Joel any day. Billy Joel
bullshit.
sucks.
Ooh, that's a tough
I
one.
take Billy Joel.
So
Billy Joel, Uptown Girl. She's been living in an uptown world. One of the
perhaps not the best
history of
one
music.
worst song.
What was that song?
Horrible, dude.
What's that lovely song that he sings about? Is it about a woman or his wife?
She's always a woman to me.
Yeah, his Christy Brinkley.
That's a beautiful song.
Piano Man. That's a great
song. Come on, Steve.
Yeah,
you got to even appreciate that.
Sing us a song.
Rocket Man.
He didn't write those songs.
Bernie Taupin helped him.
Bernie Taupin wrote them all.
Yeah,
Bernie Taupin wrote them.
But Elton John performed it. He was a better performer. Saturday night's all right for fighting. I mean, come on. Get about as oiled as a diesel train. We're going to set this town alight. Saturday night.
I even like them both.
It's
a pop song, but I even like the one that I'm Still Standing. I think that's a great tune.
That's one of the worst songs out there.
I like it. What's the one where he's going on about he's got to get off? Got to get off. What is it?
Rocket Man?
No. I forget what it's called.
Leave On. Leave On's a good song. Leave On, sales cartoons, blah 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 blah. Whatever the fuck he says.
I think it's a dead draw between Billy Joel and
Yes.
I
agree. I agree with that.
So were the concerts where they went on, and it was in the 90s. It was Billy Joel and Elton John. It was like $700 a ticket. It was ridiculous.
Together, they did a show together.
They did a whole tour, dude.
Oh my god! I never knew that. Wow, that's amazing.
So, Steve, you want to go to a Billy Joel concert ever?
No. Billy
Really?
Joel, he sucks, dude.
Oh.
Hey,
What was that one from the 90s with all the historical shit? We didn't start the fire. I mean, that song sucks, dude.
That's a great tune. It's just a good pop song. It's just a good pop song.
It's
You
cool.
know what I mean?
Like
It's all right.
History teachers.
Next
were
thing you'll be
using
saying
it
is
in
you don't
high
like
schools.
Credence.
What now?
Credence, Clearwater Revival.
Oh no! If he says that, I'll smack him.
Yeah, that's not the same.
That's rock. That's rock.
They're good. I mean, that's John Fogerty. That's a solid band. Classic rock, bro.
You don't like Captain Jack Will Get You High Tonight?
That's a great song. Heroin Dealer. Captain Jack. Absolutely fabulous song. There's a couple of cool Billy Joel songs I know. Worse Comes to Worse. It's a cool tune on that same album. But I don't know. He's cheesy. I don't like Billy Joel. I
cheesy.
Elton's better, man.
I don't know. Piano Man. Every summer, you hear wherever you go to a bar, you'll hear that song.
I'm so sick of it, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love singing Piano Man on karaoke. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's good. I'm not going to deny you. It's a solid tune, man. That piano line is beautiful. He did a great job on the song. I just heard it thousands of times, like I can't.
You haven't heard Elton John thousands of times, like Tiny Dancer and all, though? Or the one with Marilyn Monroe where she died?
No, that one I don't like.
I like Candle in the
And then
Wind.
Diane died and he redid the lyrics.
Yeah, I just like Saturday night.
Biscuit will know about. Is it Stranger Things? What's that TV program?
Stranger Things.
Yeah. Has Kate Bush made an emergence in your chart?
Yeah, she's number one. She was number one on Spotify.
Yeah, she hit number one here as well. Yeah, Run Up the Hill. Yeah,
good for her.
So
you know what also made it onto like number 8?
What?
Master of fucking Puppets, dude.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that was the Stranger Things?
Yes.
Yeah, the dude gets on the top of the trailer and does it.
Don't ruin it. I haven't watched
And
it
the big bats are coming.
I haven't watched it yet.
He's in the underworld.
I haven't seen how that song or the Kate Bush one is incorporated. All I've seen is
the Kate Bush one is used to bring Max out of the being killed by Vecna.
That's right, because the music, it's escape that she can get her mind off of because that's how he gets them. He uses their mind.
Are these spoilers that it's going to ruin the show for me?
That's what I'm saying.
They are spoilers, but the spoilers that's been well circulated.
I haven't seen them.
You're not in social circles.
It's been on for a month. If we can't talk about it now, then
that's right.
Screw off.
Some of us work a lot.
Last Dance is fake spoilering.
Has anybody seen the new Resident Evil and how shit it is?
No, wait, is this a spoiler?
But I am watching Stranger Things.
No.
You are?
I am. I'm on like the 8th episode of season 1, so I don't want to spoil.
Oh yeah. Well,
don't talk about it
much more. Last Dance because it gets. I think from that first season, season 2 is a little bit worse. It's still good. Season 3, I think, is even worse than that. But
I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of season 1.
That's
season
right. I love
well, then
season
don't watch.
1,
Don't waste your time.
Off.
I mean, there's nothing more annoying than child actors.
Well, then you're not, man. Just stop.
Okay, it's not going to get any better. Huh?
No,
Series
save
this
your
year
time.
have been fantastic, like The
Save
Boys,
your time.
Stranger Things.
If you were trying to watch something on Netflix, pick Peaky Blinders.
No,
I watched that yet.
No,
I
haven't
don't
seen
like
that.
it. I've tried it, but I don't like it.
You don't like that? I loved it.
I'm going to just tell a cup of tea real quick. I tried that Kate Bush song, and I find her octave switches and the tones of her voice. Want to deal with God. It was very odd in that song. Like, I don't know if I'm missing something, but
She was kind of like she was very artistic in the way that she did dancing videos. It wasn't just about the music; it was the characters that she brought to it. Oh, she did oh God, who's the actor? See, there's another big song of hers is called Cloud Busting, which is really good. But it's got an American actor in it, and I forget what's his name? It will come to me. I can't think of him now. Yeah, but that was a massive hit here. So
throw up more of her songs.
Cup of Tea.
Yeah. Cup of Tea might know who the actor was in Cloud Busting, but one of your famous actors.
Cup of Tea's into him. Into that.
I mean, what I found interesting about that song was the musical structure of it, and you guys have all heard it. It's fucking huge. Every fucking video everywhere has it on right now. Is her crazy just pitch changes the way that she sings. It's really intriguing. It's a love it or hate it sort of thing, I think. I don't know. Does anyone else have an opinion about the song?
I don't think I've heard it.
I haven't put that much thought into it at all.
I was trying to get into the Pixies, so I just
good for you. Good for you,
couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it.
Did you go through the list that
yes,
I
actually did. But I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I don't say you have to go through all of them.
After 30 seconds, I would shut them off.
Well, I mean, Alice in Chains was God to you, so it kind of sets the level of your
horrible music.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Steve. If you regarding her range, sorry, really quickly, I didn't mean to cut in then rudely. But if you listen to her range of how she sings, listen to Wuthering Heights. I don't know if you know that book. It's quite famous here, but
famous here.
Listen to that song because there's some range in that. I'll tell you, it's amazing. It is a good song, worth checking out.
Clearly talented.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about that. It's just whether or not if in the sense of does it appeal to me.
Right, I see what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean by that. I do. I really do.
There's really no guitar. You guys know
it's one of them songs.
The drums are fairly simplistic.
It's one of them songs that you can
it's
appreciate.
A vibe
you
song.
Can appreciate it, but maybe not. Be moved by it.
Yeah. I think sometimes. If I'm on the right lines with what Steve was saying, it's like, it's a good song, but sometimes it's a bit uncomfortable. You can't kind of relate to it sometimes. It's hard to listen to and it isn't. It's like really weird. So she's in a very unique genre, I think.
Is it called Running Up the Hill? That hill?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a funky tune, man. It's weird. I mean, I'm not gonna deny it's tripped out. I love that aspect, but I'd rather listen to 5 million other songs if I'm buzzed and listening to music, which is what I do. When this ends.
Oh, that's somebody's listening to it. That's the song.
See how tripped out her voice is?
Yeah, exactly.
I could play a 10-second clip.
You think it's electronically altered?
No. She's
no.
A brilliant singer, man.
No, yeah.
You know how it feels.
She's kind of hot.
Is she?
She's
gotta be old now.
What is this?
She was.
Well, she appeared on British TV with her.
She gotta be as old as Last Dance.
And she was like,
I hope not.
But she's always been very humble, and she's very, very private. Actually,
I think she's 63, and she's still tasty, dude. She ain't bad. I'll tell you that.
63. She's older than me.
Jeez,
dude,
I didn't know that was possible.
I'm glad it is.
She's an elegant woman.
Yes, yeah.
Ooh, if you like Recoil, definitely. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
No, it's okay. I'm just
bleep that out too.
I've turned over a new leaf.
Topple, listen
nice
to
guy.
If you like that Topple, listen to Wuthering Heights. Have a listen to that. You'll see there's some range in that. I tell you. So.
Wuthering Heights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By Kate Bush. Yeah.
I mean.
Oh, Cup of Tea is like so into her. I've never seen Cup of Tea this excited about anything. since the last time I did the Aphid League
Yeah, I
live
know.
show.
I'm not saying she doesn't. I've never done anything like close to what she's done. She's a recording artist. We're
Good
all
for
just
her.
a bunch of schleps on the fucking YouTube here. I mean,
I hope she's making money off this right now, though.
Oh yeah, too right. Yeah.
Yeah, every time we watch.
Oh
her
yeah,
video,
she's making a shit tons of money.
She
dude.
is. It's
Oh,
not
oh,
just
yeah.
going to her.
Oh no, dude! Like way more than she was ever making in the past. Probably 10,
Yeah.
15
Yeah.
years.
So,
Yeah.
so a
Absolutely.
TV show made her famous.
Not
20
What
famous,
is it?
30
not
years.
famous, but
It
it,
was a
it
TV
brought
show.
her song back into light.
exactly.
Okay.
From the way I
Yeah.
heard it, she doesn't like let other people she don't sell out and they approached her to use that song or something like that, and she was like, yeah, because she was a big fan of the show, so she was like all for it.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, Metallica certainly didn't gain anything, but
Metallica's a sellout. What a horrible band.
I mean, they're worth a lot of money now. Are they a sellout? I don't know. I don't think
I don't
so,
know.
man.
That whole Napster thing really pissed me off with that.
What happened with that?
That little midget drummer back there
Yeah.
crying about everything.
Yeah, man, I agree with you. It kind of was
You
like
mean Lars
I was like, man,
Ulrich.
yeah, it was like Metallica
Scottish.
was cool. I thought that it was equivalent to Metallica Jump the Shark when they put that dude in front of the microphone and he just kept, he had that stupid look on his face and he was always complaining about the Napster guy. And I'm like, get out of here.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm ignorant to what you guys are talking about.
And
so I
also,
cannot
Metallica was not a fan.
It was
of
like
Alice in
every
Chains.
time there was like an MTV Music Awards or something, they'd win an award or something, and he would get up there, and for like 20 minutes after they won the award and accepted it, he'd go off on the Napster guy. And it's like, dude, just shut up.
Huh. No kidding.
Yeah,
That's bullshit.
like every
Because-
time you
because
saw
it-
Metallica, it was brought up by that little dwarf drummer dude.
Yeah.
He didn't like his intellectual property being stolen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I see his point, but I was just like annoyed by it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I
Like
do.
just bang your head and stop. All right.
I liked when Slash was all wasted at one of those awards with Guns N' Roses, and he said "fuck" a few times, and it totally was on the American Music Awards on ABC. It was just probably in 87, 88. There was a couple of those. And
I
he
do
did
miss MTV Awards though. When it was the MTV Awards.
Do you guys ever come across MTV now? It's like that
No.
ridiculousness 24/7. I swear to God, look. I'm sure you got it.
It still exists.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just ridiculousness, which is that show that it's basically America's Funniest Home Videos with Rob Deirdre hosting.
And
But
that
it's like-
annoying blonde with the
Yeah,
voice.
yeah. East Coast,
that would be
something East Coast. her
Chanel
name.
West Coast.
Oh, you
There,
watch it.
there it is.
There you go. You guys
There it
watch it. Look at you guys.
No, I watched. She was also on the Fantasy Factory, which I did watch.
Well, she has one thing going for herself there, Chanel West Coast.
Her looks.
A huge round ass.
Does
That's
she?
her claim.
Oh, because I only see from when she's sitting there. You only see from here up.
Well, then, look, you can find it in about
Google.
0.01 seconds.
Oh, I just found out a new star's name. You're a Boston Red Sox fan there, Smokesteve, right?
Yeah. No, not this year. I
Sorry
think
about yesterday, but
the Red Sox lost a game recently. It was 28 to
Yesterday.
5. I'm
Oh
not
my
That was
fucking
yesterday.
kidding, dude.
who threw the
Wow.
first? So you don't pay attention. Whoever the girl threw the first pitch yesterday, beautiful. I don't even know what her name was now.
Yeah, sounds good to me. But 28 to 5. How the fuck does that happen in a baseball?
28 to 5.
It was against the Blue Jays, I
Man,
believe.
It's
the
good.
Blue Jays of all teams. It was
Boston's
like the
trying to
highlight
get
of
their own
the Blue
treatment.
Jays' life.
28 to 5.
I don't know if you know this, but the Blue Jays hit an inside the park grand slam, which is
Ooh, nice.
almost impossible.
Oh my God!
Statistically, one in probably 1 million. Literally.
They got a lot of
That
Gold
is-
Glovers out there.
I guess he lost it in the lines. He's like, I don't know where it is.
Oh my
Well, the
God.
game was in Boston too, right? So they should be used to that field.
I'm not sure where it
Oh,
was. I don't
okay.
think it was in Boston. No.
Oh, okay.
Was it? I don't know. I don't think
There's
so.
the short side where you guys know the green monster.
Green Monster, yeah.
Right.
And then the right side is really fucking far, so that's where everyone gets triples. So
That's
guys will
probably
hit
where it
him off the green monster, and it's a single because it's so short, where it should be a double. But if you hit him to the other side, it could be a triple because it should have been a double. So it's a weird ballpark.
You know, with your country being so big, do you still have, when it comes to like American football, do you still have a national league? So
Yeah.
everybody plays each other, and then whoever's at the top wins the championship or whatever. Yeah, So it works that way, the same as here with football. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's no such thing as relegation.
You would know our female teams a lot more than our male teams because the females actually won one of the big boy, right?
Right. I see.
I don't think our males have ever really even gone past quarterfinals. Maybe, is that right?
Female football?
Yes.
We're talking American football or British football?
Oh, soccer.
Soccer. Okay.
Am I the only one that's really annoyed by that chick with the purple hair? Oh, I can't take her. I see her.
You might be the only one who knows who she is at all.
She's on that soccer team.
The U.S. team?
She's been on there for like the last the last 40 years.
The one that Biden gave the word.
Yeah, she did. And I was like, "Are you kidding me? This bitch is up there getting it."
Why?
Give me a break.
Why you hate her?
I don't know. I see her on TV and I just can't stand her. She's just one of those people that I just can't.
She looks like Lars, probably. That's why.
Yeah, it must be. I could see if that was the case. I could see that happening because it's kind of the same feeling when I see Lars. I think I'm instantly annoyed, and when I see her, it's almost the exact same feeling.
All right, Megan Rapinoe.
That's it. Rapinoe. It's Rapinoe.
Friend of mine sent me a link for. Is this big in the USA? Because it's like there's lots of YouTube videos. My mate sent me a link saying you've got to watch this, and is it lingerie American football or something where they? Yeah, it's that big. Is that big there?
No,
it's not big. But I'm not going to say I haven't ever, happened to run across it online and peruse some pictures.
Occasionally, if you watch it, it is big.
Right. I know what you're saying, Nathan. I know
it gets big.
Yeah.
Do you watch it on Pornhub or something?
No.
It's clean.
It's a but they're just like playing. They got the American helmet on and stuff, but they're just playing in like
lingerie.
Yeah,
they're not bad. They're not bad.
Check it out on YouTube. You'll find it. It's quite.
Yeah, there's sites you could go to instead of that. So.
It's not. It's not like pro. I'm not sure if they even get paid, but they.
Oh, really?
I bet they get paid.
I must get paid.
Something.
So in the UK,
I'm gonna just throw it out there. I'm gonna say $100 a day, maybe if they're lucky.
$100 a day?
No,
per player. Come on, there's
cheerleaders get paid more than
there's
that.
Like 10 on the field.
Topple, you're the expert on these things.
That would be $2,000 a day. I mean, where's the money in this sport?
I mean, I agree, but is this like a what's that mall place where they sell fancy bras with lace and stuff? What's that place
Victoria's
called?
Secret.
Victoria's
Yeah,
Secret.
is this a Victoria's Secret deal?
I don't know. They look pretty meaty. I mean,
they're not.
If I was a
transgender, can I play in that
pretty
league?
Meaty.
Yeah, it's not like maybe it don't get big because if I see a bunch of
that's a good question. Yeah,
I should get a wig and join the lingerie football team.
Yeah, too.
Are you gaying it up over there?
You guys been way worse than I've been.
Sapple's gonna get monkeypox.
Oh God!
Topple's just saying that trans women are women. That's all he's saying.
Yeah.
That's a subject that I don't even know if we can touch. We're all going to just sit here and go, it's fucking.
It's only 13 watch.
We could always take Penny Mordaunt's
what topic?
Transgender women are only women legally.
What? Oh, look at you. Wait, was that controversial? I don't even know. It might have been.
It is controversial in this country with Penny Mordaunt.
But she didn't win the she didn't make.
No, she's out. It's
she's out.
Liz Truss or Rishi Sunak.
So you got what, the white woman or the brown man, right? That's
That's one way of putting it, Steve. Yeah.
Who you guys going for, Whitey or Brownie?
I think Liz Truss is better than Rishi.
Yeah.
Lee?
But I wanted Kemi, to be fair.
Yeah,
Lee, you agree?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, Liz Truss would be better than Rishi, I think. Too.
Okay. Is Liz Truss more like centrist?
She's more in Boris's mold, really, to carry on the work. So
okay,
yeah. Poor Boris.
You guys like Boris Biscuit? I thought you kind of thought he was a fool.
He is a fool. That's why we like him.
I mean, a fool is a fool. I mean, sometimes we have fools. We have a fool right now. He's kind of a goof, but
here's the weirdest thing, though, right? Since his announcement that he had to resign. The weirdest thing of all, if they had just maybe, I don't think they could have, but if they could have just pushed through it, yeah, it's really interesting because since he's resigned, his poll rating's gone right up. It's like
because now we don't give a shit.
Yeah, maybe. But
well, whose rating is this? What kind of a fucking rating are we talking about?
It was just in the papers with
polling.
Yeah. That he actually increased his popularity.
His popularity's gone way up.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe something like that. It seems like the people who disliked him during the time.
But they're saying, like after they finish their career, say as prime minister, they can be guest speakers at places and this, that, and the other. They do their tour. They reckon he could command up to £100,000 for one evening's work doing the tour.
For 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's not uncommon. Yeah. Bill Clinton fucking killed it on the speech circuit.
I can imagine.
Oh, dude. I mean, you're doing graduations, anything, who cares? Like fucking motivational, whatever. They're just collecting paychecks. Even if it's an off night, you could probably get $80,000 for somebody like that.
You see Obama's wife around in circuits in like late night shows and stuff, don't you?
Yeah, Michelle Price.
They don't get paid that much for that. They get their big money for speeches at big corporations like Morgan Stanley or.
Let me tell you, Barack Obama gets huge money. He's one of the big boys.
Yep.
Like it's insane, dude. But he should. He's working it,
Yeah.
Those Obamas must be worth $200 million, maybe more. I don't even know, but they have to. He's just raking in the dough.
Best president ever.
I agree.
Really? Do you?
I do not.
Unceremoniously.
Topple's being sarcastic.
I know he is, but I
no.
I thought you meant it.
No, he wasn't I don't have a best president, really. I can't. There's nothing to go off of.
I think Bill Clinton was, dude.
I thought Ronald Reagan was a really good president.
Ronald Reagan, I was too young to really understand, but in hindsight, he had some great policy, in my opinion. And I liked Bill Clinton as well.
Well, I thought Bush was the worst, but I might change that right now with what we have. So,
yeah, Bill Clinton was well liked here. I think he had something about him, definitely.
Well, he was called the great communicator, and I think he took sort of a page from Bobby Kennedy and the way that he talked to people, and especially the way he talked to minorities. Bill Clinton was very good at that.
Yeah.
Really solid. He could really inspire people.
Like if you saw him talk in a room with a bunch of like regular people, like he did well in those situations. Like it seemed like he cared about what they thought and what they said.
Yeah.
Yeah, charisma.
Yeah, but you say you're probably too young then to remember Ronald Reagan, but he was.
I remember.
Last time
he was funny.
You'll definitely know that. I mean, the relationship between the UK and the US at that period of time was at all-time high. I mean, they just got on so well together, almost to the degree that they almost kind of were flirting with each other as well. So
yeah, but it was very personal between Thatcher and Reagan. It was
at that time.
Margaret Thatcher.
Here we go. My lady. She's my lady. Yeah, he was pretty fucking bad. I'm not going to deny it. Feel free to comment, Trumpers. I know we have like 3 here. Eighth of
I don't.
I don't think he was the
Trump.
I don't know if he was the worst, but he's pretty darn.
I kind of really liked him. I really
So it
did.
certainly ended badly. Let's just put it that way.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was so out of character, wasn't it? Last Dance. You'd have never thought he would be up to something like that.
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, it's just. No, I wouldn't say that at all. It still ended worse than it started. That's for sure.
Well, okay then, you American boys, who do you think's going to win the next election? Which party and
knows?
which party? Do you think? Irrespective of the leader, who do you, well, I suppose that has a massive influence actually.
Right now, my thought is that people are pissed off about prices, and they're looking to the Republicans to save everybody.
Well, I think
Nobody cares about the Democratic side of global warming or any of that shit. People are like, get inflation down, get gas prices down, go do whatever you have to do to make the American people better.
So in November, you have, is it called the midterms?
Yeah.
Right. So
it's going to be a red wave.
Right. Is that a big indication that then who goes on to actually win? No.
No,
right.
that just gives them 2 more years to blame the Republicans before the election now.
Right, I see.
Of course,
that's true.
So as soon as the midterms, it goes all red. We forget about the first 2 years, then we blame everything on the Republicans because the last 2 years is going to be them.
Right, I see. Okay.
It's unfortunately pretty accurate.
Yeah, that is accurate.
It's all reaction and counter-reaction. It's like up, it's up and down, up and down, up and down. Whoever is in there last is not going to be in there next.
I doubt it's going to be a wave. By the way, I think they will win, but it's not going to be a wave.
I think they will get. I think in swing states and swing districts, it will be a wave.
We'll see.
Can they have a time like right now where they said that? All right, continue. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, can in those final 2 years though, can they redeem themselves? Because like in the UK, let's say we have like local. As Biscuit knows, local elections for each authority, and what happens is that you get a bit of a protest vote if the people are pissed off with the way the government are running things. But then you find that within the last 2 years, all of a sudden there seems to be a lot of tax giveaway. It's like you're trying to make things a lot better and giving things away so people are better off to try and win the votes back. Is that would it be possible that they could do something like that and redeem themselves?
It used to be that way here. It might still be that way, but these days the far wings of each party tend to dominate the policy. And,
right.
The result is that things they don't moderate their policies or make changes mid-course. Like they might have in other times.
Okay, just going on that comment from Steve's wife there, and now we're ruled
I don't
by
quite understand that.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Pro-choice, I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's about the abortion thing that they're.
Oh right, yeah.
They're posting. They're putting not posting, but putting a post of God in the sand or in the land that this is like what we're going to obey now, and it's
right. I
don't like it.
It doesn't have much to do with policies or anything really. It has to do with where the world is at the current time. If it's in a bad place, they're going to blame whoever's in power. And if it's in a good place,
wasn't
that person's going to stay in power.
About a 10-year-old who had an abortion. And
yes. What about that?
The doctor was, I forgot, slandered or something by.
Yeah, but the doctor is now suing them for slander because it turned out to be that the doctor had done everything right, and this child did actually exist that was raped by her uncle, and it turned out that the attorney general singling out this doctor was a huge fucking mistake because now the doctor is reverse countersued for fucking slander, so it might be very beneficial for this doctor. And it turned out there was literally nothing there. It was just political bullshit. Anyone have anything to add to this? Do you guys know anything?
No,
I didn't hear about the lawsuit. No.
Yeah. I didn't even hear about the story. So a 10-year-old was raped.
Yeah.
By their
uncle. She was raped in this was in Ohio, I believe, and she could not because of the reversal of Roe v. Wade. Ohio had, I think they called them trigger laws, which meant that as soon as Roe v. Wade was overturned, this law became operational to ban abortion for.
Jeez, right.
For well, I don't know what the number of weeks were, but it was. She was just beyond the date when she could legally have an abortion in Ohio. So she was
in Missouri. It doesn't even matter. There's no date.
Right. It's different in all states. So she was transported to Indiana, where she had the abortion.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, it's something.
There's a lot of fun.
Surely there would have been a health risk if she had the child. It would have.
Well, that's what a lot of people have brought out. That
how could a 10-year-old?
It's impossible for her physiologically to be able to.
I don't know if it's impossible, but why take the chance, right? And maybe
Exactly.
it's a 50% chance she dies. I mean,
in those what they were saying, it shouldn't be anything to do with the law. The law, the child comes first in that instance.
What they were saying was it was impossible for her to not have negative health benefits.
That I can believe.
Yeah.
There's no way she's going to come out of this like a fully grown woman because her body is not developed enough to be able to handle this sort of. As a lot of you guys know, this shit fucks them up, man.
What do you mean, a lot of us now? I don't know anything about it.
Well, I mean,
you must be talking to someone on the bottom row.
We've all witnessed it, and I think all you guys, the ladies get messed up. Can you imagine a little kid going through that?
No, I can't imagine it.
My daughter's mum had mental issues, and she was well of age, so
it's fucking crazy, dude. Yeah. I can't imagine having to give birth to another human being.
You know,
it's one of the most admirable things in all of societies that women birth fucking human beings out of their body.
This girl's mother was defending the guy that.
Oh wow!
She defended him.
Yes.
Oh my God!
They said he didn't do anything wrong. I thought when I heard that, I said, throw them both in the wood chipper. Come on.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It should be that easy.
It's crazy, man.
Damn, it's hot out here.
But that is a great example of why these laws are, why you need the right to an abortion. This is a perfect example.
Yeah, it's funny because
good for you.
I once phoned a rape advice line, and the woman said on the phone that it was only for victims.
What? Wait,
that's a Jimmy Carr. No. It's a Jimmy Carr joke.
Did you call up to brag?
I was about to say.
It's a joke. It's not a very good joke, I guess.
Boy, you really want to get us banned, don't you?
Some rum?
I was about to say, Jesus Christ.
He's a very controversial comedian in the UK.
Oh, I know who he is.
Yeah, Jimmy Carr. He's awful in many ways. But.
Last Dance, I'm curious. Would you say that a majority of libertarians feel like you do or don't?
Majority of what?
Libertarians feel like you do, or do you think that they?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you think so? Okay, good.
Yeah, but it's not an enormous majority. It's not like 10 to 1. It's probably.
Oh, really? Really?
It's probably more like close to 50-50, 60-40 maybe.
Now, 5 years ago, would you say that there would definitely be more of a majority, and now it's less of a majority?
Yeah, I think that's probably right.
The line has moved too much.
I mean, because libertarians, they're like legal. Like, I wonder how they feel about legalized weed. I wonder if that's like an overwhelming majority of.
That is an overwhelming majority.
Still, you think so? Okay.
Oh, absolutely, it's huge.
It hasn't wavered any.
Nope.
Okay, well, both of those are kind of benchmarks in my opinion. So, I'm interested. There's an uncomfortable silence.
Well, we're I'm comfortable.
What else do you want to talk about now?
Don't I look comfortable?
Yeah, you're the only one uncomfortable.
Well, it got real quiet, and I was just like,
You look very comfortable.
it seems a little.
But let me ask you this: if you were in a real pub, would you say that when people aren't talking? If you say, "Why is everybody quiet?"
But if I was in a real pub, I wouldn't be staring at all your guys' faces either. I could like look down at my beer coaster.
I know what you'd
like,
be staring at. Staring at our asses. That's what you'd be staring at, you perv.
Oh shit! Well, you guys saw that assassination that almost happened. What, yesterday?
Yeah, I did see
You
it.
saw that, right?
The guys,
I saw
it. What's this? I don't know about this.
I didn't know about it until I saw Topple post. But it happened. So it happened yesterday, and he was released the same day.
That's New York laws. There was no physical harm done. So by that
just seems.
the guy's saying he did not intend to harm him.
Well, it didn't look like he took the stage to harm him, but
he
still,
said he was trying to take the mic away. Is what he was trying to do.
But out of precaution, I mean, that was kind of a tricky situation. You would think.
Oh yeah.
At least keep him overnight for observation.
There was the picture with the kitty cat fucking horn things that could be used to punch and stab somebody.
He said he didn't know it was sharp.
Yeah,
I don't know whether you believe the guy or not. They'll do an investigation.
They sell those to women. You know, that's marketed towards women.
Yes.
I've seen.
Yes.
Yeah.
My wife has one.
Okay. So, I mean, he didn't just like pick that up off the street and be like, oh, I think I'll keep this. And I think he even said he uses it for self-defense. But why was he? How did he feel like he needed self-defense on stage with some guy speaking and a bunch of people watching? That seems enough evidence right there to at least hold the guy for a short period of time.
But he didn't cause no harm to anybody.
Who now?
I mean, we're talking about. Did you see that video Topple posted in the Discord? And it was like a guy running for office.
You commented and said, "Bad man."
Yes.
Yeah, I was kind of a little wasted trying to say something. Then Topple's like, no, more like bad assassin, bro.
He was, because he was so slow.
Too, whatever.
He was so slow. He like just got up on stage.
No, I think it's funny.
He was drunk.
That he was an
It looked like he was
assassin.
trying to waltz with him, for Christ's sake. It was fucking horrendous.
I'm just saying, if I was the guy in charge of keeping the guy or letting him go, I would be like, I'm keeping him, because if I let him go and he does do something crazy, it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for his how he acted.
New York.
You know?
I'm surprised he wasn't kept without bond for at least a little while on suspicion of attempted murder. And you investigate it, and if there's nothing there, then
I don't think anybody's gonna fight for this dude after he gets on stage holding that shit. That he was held for too long. You know, if he was held for 2 days, let's just say, you know, nobody's gonna.
Well, you know what I thought was weird was that the guy, the Lee Keldon or whatever his name was, he didn't like get the hell out of town there. He didn't. He's just like looking at him the whole time. Yes.
Well, it was political theater now. He was almost assassinated.
When you get in that situation, you're gonna fail or you're gonna survive. I think he just freaked and didn't know how to react, and he just.
I suspect he never occurred to him this was someone trying to harm him. He probably thought it was like an engineer was going to help his mic or something.
It wasn't like he got up on stage. That guy got up on stage and he was like, "Oh, this is going to work out for me politically. I'm going to stand here." I don't.
Oh,
think
you're talking about. You're talking about that guy. I thought you meant
the slow motion assassin.
Yeah, the slow motion.
No, the dude running. I'm saying, you're acting like it's political theater.
That reminds me of the Jack Black film Thick of Destiny.
I don't think politics came into once that guy got on stage. I think politics were out the window on however he reacted towards the situation.
He took advantage of that situation.
No, I don't
yes,
think
he
so.
did.
Get in that situation. He didn't know what that guy was doing. If I saw
No, but he stayed on stage during the time period. Like, if that was anybody that wasn't running for something, they would have been taken off stage.
I mean, how did he know that guy wasn't going to stab him or do anything to him?
But he stayed on stage.
I mean, I don't know. I think when you're in that situation, I don't think you're thinking about,
Well,
I could be totally in denial about how much they've sold their soul to the devil. But I just feel like if you're in that situation, you're not thinking, how's this going to work for or against me. You're thinking about, just what the hell's going on right now, and I want to deal with this the best I can.
Yeah, I don't agree with trying to stop that shit. Just let people do their own thing.
What? What are we talking about? We should have let him assassinate him or assassinated him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the show gone?
Are you high?
I'm willing to say that I'm against assassination.
Smokesteve is at the
what
end of
was
his
that guy
rope.
doing? He was like wandering around the stage.
You should have just
let
punched him
go.
right in the freaking jugular.
Or the jaw. I mean, it knocked him out.
Now I'm curious, Smokesteve. You said that when you watched that video, was it last night or the night before? When Topple posted, you were wasted. Do you feel much different now than you did then?
No, similar. Yeah,
Kill that
it's
motherfucker.
weekend, it's hot. It's summer.
How about this? Smokesteve posted a good thing about that. The New York guy that stabbed the other
Jose
guy.
Alba.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
he's off. The DA dropped.
Oh
the
yeah,
charge.
And you guys all agree with that?
Absolutely.
I don't know enough about it. I think I've seen the clip, but I don't think I even watched.
There was
the
a
whole
second
video.
clip that was even more definitive, giving him extra reason to fear the guy that came after him. I'm sorry he was killed, though. That seems...
No, I disagree. I'm happy he was killed. I loved watching the brown-skinned guy thrust that fucking knife into this dude's fucking neck, dude, and to be like, "You want to fuck with me? This is what you get, homeboy." And he fucking gave him the over the top, right in the neck. And the dude's still fighting, but all of a sudden, you see a lot of red everywhere.
He's starting to leak.
And you know that's it. Because
I mean, part of me totally agrees.
The one that was in Australia?
No, this was in New York City.
Oh, right.
Part of me, Smokesteve, totally agrees with you because
Brooklyn, bro.
The people that do these things need to know that once you cross that line, that could happen. You know what I'm saying? And
hell yes.
So, if a percentage of them get shanked, then so be it,
Yeah, this dude is fucking probably making $18 an hour. That's good money in NYC. I mean, and he's just like, fuck this shit. I'm not putting up,
When Last Dance pointed out that the guy had him by the neck.
Oh yeah.
That proves in a court that he could be fearing for his life. So right there,
Right.
that served my point. But you can't just stab anybody over an argument. But until I saw the hand, I'm like, all right, not guilty.
If I worked at a place like that and some guy came behind the counter and it was a small little place like that, and
I'd be terrified for my life.
Then I'd go for it. I'd do whatever it took to survive. And
so if you
I'd
had a
deal
gun,
with the consequences later.
So if you had a gun and a guy walked around, would you pull your gun and start shooting, or obviously you would be like, back off, get over?
I mean, it's hard to tell exactly what I would do. I'd weigh all aspects of what was going on. Was there other people behind him? You know what I'm saying? There's so many that goes into it.
If Nathan grabbed his own gun, he would be like, "Is this thing even going to work?"
I know, yeah, exactly.
Like 100 years
exactly,
old.
Exactly.
What's the safety? Where's the safety?
Exactly.
Dude,
so I always carry a knife with me, though, and I think that I will use it for defense if I get into that situation.
See, that's a little more personal.
Yeah, I would probably mistakenly go up against a gun too. I kind of have a fear if somebody pulled a gun on me, would I look for my opportunity to take this knife out?
No,
I mean,
no.
I know, but would I? I don't know until I'm put into that situation.
You just listen to what they say. If they have the gun pointing at you the whole time.
I mean,
as soon as you reach, you're getting shot.
No, here's the thing, though, Topple, with that. Like, if the person turns their head and you can control the barrel, he could grab the barrel and hang it up off in this direction and then come in right to the jugular, hit him like 3 times. Yeah. Maybe both eyes first, get them blinded, and then jugular, and then cut their hand off.
I agree. I would agree with Topple. I think I would just absolutely do as I'm told. It's you pull of a trigger, you're gone. So
what they teach women in those kind of situations is throw your purse. Because they're going to go for the money. They're going to go for the money. They don't give a fuck about you.
You're way off women. Come on.
But
no women
no,
either
but
on
men, you could have a clip of ones. I forget what it's called. I don't think I'm allowed to use the word here.
I think I know what it's called.
Yes. And if
Well,
you're ever in that
whatever it is, you
situation,
get it when you go to the strip club every Thursday.
Some kind of bankroll, I believe it's called.
yes.
Why
yeah.
can't you use the word? What word is it you can't mention?
Dude, it
It's-
starts with an N, okay?
Is
No.
it like when you?
starts with a J.
Starts with a J.
J. Oh, the other one.
What? The other one?
It's a slur. It's a slur. That's why,
Yes.
Lee.
Oh, I get you. I get you now. Yeah.
I'm racking my brain.
It's like this.
I went
The
down the same
bankroll,
road
it's-
Smokesteve went down.
It's new. It's a newish bankroll. Oh no, it's not newish. No, it's
No.
something like that. But it's a certain kind of bankroll where it's
Does it
just a
have
bunch
to
of
do with
ones.
Does it have to do with like Bethlehem?
Oh, that little city. Yes. No, it's a little further towards the Mediterranean.
But it has a J, right?
I think it does. Yes.
Okay.
But you have one of those in your pocket, so you don't have to throw your wallet. And this is actually what I learned with guns. You throw that, they're most likely going to go towards.
So I'll be safe.
Well, yeah. You'll be. Well, no, as soon as you throw it, you take off running then.
Oh.
Because they just want the money, because most likely when you get held up, it's actually just for money.
Did you hear what happened in Baltimore?
What everything happened in
The
Baltimore.
squeegee killing?
No.
You know what a squeegee guy is? You know,
Yeah. I'll wash your window.
They killed one of them guys?
No, these particular guys, squeegee guys, were like really aggressive and broke this guy's windshield wiper. So he pulled over, got out of the car with a baseball bat, and he walked towards them, and there were like four of them. One of them grabbed a rock and hit him flush in the head and knocked him down, and then the others started blasting him, and they killed him.
Well, of course. That was a fucking stupid mistake he made.
Yeah,
Exactly.
If it was just one guy, you go after him. But
No, you don't ever go after any of them.
No. What do you have to win? What do you?
Just leave. Just get away.
Yeah, I wouldn't. But
You're not getting that windshield wiper fixed. Right?
Yeah, but did they clean his windscreen?
They might have cleaned his windscreen. No, they didn't.
They didn't.
You never want to touch it, man. Never fuck with those people. Just let them be. Don't give them the finger. Don't flash your high beam.
They're the same in London, actually. You'll stop at a traffic light and then they'll just start cleaning it, and there's nothing you can do. You've just got to open your window.
You got it in London too?
Yeah.
We don't have that in
Man.
Philadelphia. We just have people asking for money. And
well,
stuff,
that's what I was
so.
gonna say. I was curious.
Panhandlers.
Out of all of you, like if you pull off the freeway or highway, whatever you call it, and then you're at a stop sign, and there's somebody that comes to your rolled down window and asks you for money, do you give it to him?
I've never done it.
In my
Me
work
neither.
truck.
Me
No,
neither.
in my work truck, I always keep food.
I give them smokes.
And I'll give them cigarettes.
What do you mean you
or
keep?
Food.
What do you mean you keep food? Like you daily? You change this out?
When I go to the convenience store I go to, I'll buy a bunch of pretzels, and I always have a box of Lay's chips. And when they're like, I'm really hungry, I'll give them food.
Yeah.
I've never heard one of them say, I'm really hungry. They just say, hey, man, you got some spare change? And if they see me smoking a cigarette, they're like, you got to smoke? I usually give them a
every stop you go, there's someone there. And sometimes they're selling water. So sometimes I will give them $3 for a water.
I have to admit, there was one guy I'd give money to once in a while because he was there all the time. This was a place I was familiar with. I could see he was the real deal, and other than that, I would never give any of them money.
You followed him home one night?
No, you could just look in his eyes and see that there was not everything was connected up.
I was on the verge of homelessness when I was a kid, and I remember how it went.
Wow,
so that's why
dude.
I feel for them, even though I know most of them are drug related, but still.
You don't have to apologize.
No. It's
night,
when
guys.
Good night, Biscuit.
Biscuit.
Good night,
Oh,
Biscuit.
take it easy, Biscuit.
Later, brother.
But when I see these people, I kind of see me as a kid, and I'm not trying to get emotional with it, but that's why I do what I do.
Yeah, giving food's a good idea. I think that's.
I give food, not money, but like if someone has waters, I'm like, all right, it's a little guy that's worth like 60 cents. I'll give them $3 for it.
That's very good of you. Very good of you.
You're a better man than I am.
Yeah,
I knew that though.
I throw my trash on him.
Exactly.
There might be a drop in this.
There's some cheese on that wrapper.
Oh God!
Lick the grease off that wrapper.
Blow your nose in a dollar bill and then throw it out at him, huh?
Right.
Well, the big thing this is when I was in my young 20s. I always drove a commercial truck for a fuel place. Every time I went to Dunkin' Donuts to a drive-through, my boss always gave me like $20 and paid for the bill behind me.
Wow!
Because he's like, that's a good way to sponsor us. The name's on the truck. Pay for theirs. And I was like, okay, it's up to you.
But how do you know what the bill behind you is going to be, though?
That's the thing. He'd give me 20, and sometimes it would go over $20. Like I'm feeding a whole corporation here. But I would tell him like that only happened like once in a blue moon, and I'd be like, yeah, it was like $33.
You know, that reminds me. Did you at the back of your fuel truck say that same thing that the one that Smokesteve posted a picture of? I guess you didn't see it on.
I didn't see it. No.
The cum truck.
Oh, no, yeah.
I'm not sure if that was real. I still have my questions.
You think it was photoshopped?
Possibly, or just edited with text over. You know.
Yeah, that's really what I meant. Yeah. You think it's too good to be true?
I don't know.
What are we talking about here?
Well, I mean,
I gotta go on Discord or something.
Was it on? It was on Discord, wasn't it, or was it on Twitter?
Okay.
No, it was on. I think it was on Twitter. Yeah, it was on Twitter.
And it starts with a G, right?
What was it?
No.
The money roll. Oh, I thought
J.
Oh, it starts with a J.
Last Dance. Got a question for you.
Uh-oh.
My wife's away right now, and she's in Silver Springs,
Yes.
Arkansas. My country.
Well, yeah. Is that a good place?
It's a sprawling.
Like, is she
place.
safe? She's
Probably.
safe. Okay, just making sure. It's not Baltimore or any of that stuff.
No, it's not. It's not Baltimore. It's
not St. Louis.
It's not a pristine community that nothing ever bad happens, but it's certainly not Baltimore.
Okay.
Little Rock is really kind of the only place that's not all that great. I mean, there's lots of places that are like backwoodsy in Arkansas.
No, this is in Maryland.
Oh, I thought he said.
I thought you were joking. Oh,
I thought you said.
Why would I ask Last Dance about Arkansas?
I don't know, because he's from the Midwest. I don't know.
I thought he was from Chicago.
That's in the Midwest, but yeah.
Well, I mean,
there's a city called Silver Spring or Silver Springs, Maryland. Yeah.
Oh, I thought Silver Springs was in Arkansas.
There might be. I mean, it's not like it's a unique name. That's there's a Springfield in every state, right?
Well, that's true.
Yes. Because she was at Richmond, Virginia yesterday.
Huh.
She's making a tour back up to me right now. So
okay.
Right, gents, I'm going to say goodnight.
All right, good night, Lee.
Great having you, Lee.
Yeah, nice to see you all. Yeah, great. Look after yourself. Have a good week.
Have a great week.
Hopefully, I'll see you next week. All right, take care.
You take care as well. Bye.
How you feeling, Smokesteve?
He's like He's like looking for his out. He's looking for his out.
We're heading out of this, baby.
Yeah. Judging by the chat,
I can always tell. I can always tell Smokesteve's looking for the out.
Well, Lee's gone now, so
the party's over now.
Yeah, the party's over. What do you guys think?
I could go till 2 o'clock. So.
My family's out in the swim pool, so I think I might go join them out in the pool.
Yeah, I could.
It's still
I had a good night.
91 degrees here still.
All right. Well, we'll see everybody on the flip side.
Hey, thank you, Steve, for hosting this again. It's great getting back together with you guys.
And we know that you like assassination, so you guys have a great night.
You know it.
Take it easy.
See you.